That was a bad idea.
Stream is started.
Do you want to turn? Are you able to play the music during the stream?
Probably not.
Skyrim only, right?
Royalty free. Royalty free.
What's royalty free?
All right.
Skyrim.
Skyrim.
Oh,
Basically Skyrim. So everyone is here, yes?
mm-hmm.
Yay. Okay. So let's transition here, then to that. And then we'll kill the musica.
Musica.
I'm going to open my handbook.
That might be wise.
Oh yeah, this is the whole soundtrack. Oh well, I like this song. We'll see if I get dinged for it. So who would like to recap last session?
Something involving a honey badger
That we
and
didn't
terrible
get to use.
decisions in
Close.
tunnels.
Close.
We as a
I think-
group,
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Drug.
we as a group,
So-
we entered this chamber and started looking at the altar thing. Hyksos wandered over to the pool and immediately got attacked by a water monster that we beat up. Then we explored the pool with Nanamakea becoming a giant toad, and the rest of the party telling Jade not to go swimming. We found the skeleton of a dwarf that led us to believe that the dwarf we met was most likely not actually a dwarf, some sort of shapeshifter or under some sort of magic spell, and possibly has nefarious plans. Then we went and explored the hole where air is coming out of, and Jade and Lestas went to explore, got swarmed by rats, got attacked by a badger, and then deafened by Nanamakea, who got attacked by the rats following them. And then we all got pulled out of the hole, and Jade got her hearing back, but Lestas is still deaf.
Mop.
So, water is wet. That dwarf is a lying sack of shit, and Nanamakea is no longer allowed to use spells.
You
Or at
must
least
stay,
not thunderclap.
stay in bear form all the time.
Thunderclap.
That's bear.
Thunder Bear.
Like the bear.
Okay, that was a good summary. I like that. So I believe that all of you are back at the room with the pool in it, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's go over there and see.
I think we were about to take a long rest.
Oh, my machine is not doing so good here. Let's see here if I can preload the scene. Okay.
I just had a notice that said Keychan Alex permission to update her token.
That thing pops up occasionally. I'm not really sure what it's signifying, because I got the same thing. Treglax permission to update tokens in parent, blah 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 blah. I'm not really sure what it is.
It might be because I changed all your names.
No,
okay.
I used to get it. I get it in other games as well. It's a weird.
Oh.
It's a thing.
All right, let me get the stream all zoomed in here. So, I think. Wait a minute. Is everybody here? I don't see everybody. Jade's there. One, two,
Do we
three,
have a Lazos?
4, 5,
I'm
6,
between
7.
Hyksos and Iraq.
Oh,
Oh.
okay. You were underneath Karen.
Oh my.
Yep.
Great. Cure wounds is a touch spell. Wink, wink.
Okay, so
Show me where
you
it hurts, honey.
managed to get pulled out basically on your face by Store with minimal help from everyone else. And Leistas, I believe you are the only one who is still stone deaf.
Mop. 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 Not really. He'd be quiet and just kind of clutch at his ears.
What do you all do?
I think we were discussing a long rest. Get some spell slots back here, although I know it's pretty deep and dark down here.
Jade is huddled up against the wall.
Before I would walk over to her, if I know how to do this. It's been a while. But she'll just kind of like kneel in front of you and just wait until you're ready.
You would notice that there is definitely a collection of ice and frost on her right arm.
Okay. Before I would notice it, and she'd be kind of surprised, but at the same time gives like a gentle smile to her, and she's like, "That's a pretty nifty gift you have there. Is it doing anything good for you?"
What gift are you talking of?
The ice on your arm.
What?
And
She
then
kind of like starts like brushing at it, like.
I take it as not a gift?
I don't know what it is. I surely can't control it.
I did notice earlier you were blasting fire whenever you're earlier, when we were with the rope in the 3 holes in the ceiling. I think it was, or maybe it was before that. I say that's also a gift.
I wish I knew what it was. Well, I wish I knew how to control it.
And I think you will in time. But for right now, Jade, are you okay? I know I heard all that commotion in there, and then my brother's instant rebuttal to all that, and I guess I'm just saying, are you okay? Are you hurt still?
No, I just... I wish I don't think I was prepared for this.
To be honest, I don't think any one of us are.
I left home wanting to become stronger. Now I'm being shown that... Well, perhaps that's going to be a much longer road than I expect. You know, when leave and you're so full of, well, confidence in your own abilities that you're setting off on your own.
Well, I suppose one can look at it that way, but if you continue to be remaining confident, I'm sure down the road there'll be more of a straight and narrow path, and then there won't be as much obstacles. I may not know of what happened, and I know you were trying to you just stated that you wanted to prove yourselves to be stronger. But Jade, I see you becoming stronger every second, every minute, every day I spend time with you. Don't let this incident tear you down. Learn from it. That's all we can do.
Yes. Well, I suppose that is wise. Tell me,
Yes?
how did you learn your gifts? You obviously are talented in magic.
She looks off a little bit and kind of gives like a sad smile before looking back to you. And she forces forces herself into a bigger smile, and she's like, well, to be honest, I had to learn on my own. I had my own troubles and well, appearances, and she kind of like mentions towards her face. And unlike you, I didn't have anyone to learn or to adapt or prove to oneself. I was alone for quite a long time before I was able to leave my home with my brother. But even then, I missed a lot of years.
At least you always had your brother, yes?
To be honest, I really don't know much of my brother. It's only ever since we left home and since we joined the circus, I still feel like we are still distant till this day. I mean, it doesn't look like much every time I nag at him, but I guess it's just to make over the years that we missed to be with each other.
Was he not with you growing up?
She shakes her head.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I think I would not be who I am today without the people that I lived with. Whether it be my older sister, she looked out for me for many years until, well, times got too tough for that, and I stepped out on my own. But even then, I was able to surround myself with new family, new friends. Never easy, but well, perhaps you and I can be there for each other.
Well, of course. And she gently takes your hand. Ever since I met you, I had the urge to, well, look for each other. if you don't mind.
Oh, of course, I think it is
Appropriate?
sure.
Maybe not appropriate, but
Well, us who maybe have struggled to our lives, I think it is good that we find each other. So at least we can struggle together.
I couldn't agree more. And she gives you a reassuring squeeze in your hand before letting go. Well,
She smiles.
let's just get some rest. I'm sure after that huge battle you had in that hole, we all need it. And she looks over to the others.
Well, I think I will go and maybe keep watch by the entrance in case something else comes this way. Please, I'll join you in a little bit.
Alright. And Euphoria would stand back up, giving Jade her space before looking over to how do you do the chain thing?
Hold down Control, and then just
Oh,
do
thank you.
left clicks.
Thank you. And then she'll join with the others. Why isn't it moving? I'm sorry. I'm just gonna do this. There you go.
Afterwards, okay.
And once she joins the others, she's like, is there something wrong with Lasdas?
Hey, cleric! Is there anything you can do?
He's deaf.
Hyksos looks over to the Jade and looks back over at Leistas and says, "Unfortunately, I don't know if you can... that's 1 second." And he takes out a slip of paper, rips it out of his journal, and then starts writing. "Can't until I rest a little." And then hands it over to Leistas.
He skims over it. Well, shit! You know, I'm not much use without these long, pointy ears.
You don't have anything for him, Karen?
I know not how to. I know what needs to be done, I just don't know how.
And I'm sure if we message him, he'll probably be annoyed.
I've already tried it. That surprisingly works.
Well, that's good. At least we can still communicate one other way.
What?
She gives you a heart.
Like a heart symbol?
Like a heart symbol with her hand.
That doesn't tell me anything!
Well, I guess we should look around, and should we stay down here for a bit to rest? Should we go back up to the top of the tower and just report what we found? I guess especially if the dwarf was a liar, that camp may not even exist at all down here.
I think we all need a rest, in my opinion, as she glances at everybody.
Yes, but here or somewhere else.
Well, as long as we shut the door and someone is watching, I do believe that Nona Vikea said that there's nothing inside those, inside the water.
There is
And-
nothing, just water.
Hyksos is leering at the druid. Well, as long as we keep watches, then we can start back up to the top of the expedition and report back to the captain.
I
Oh,
would-
it's you! Try not to blow out my eyes while you're at it.
Leistas, it's fine. We'll take a quick rest, a longer rest down here. The show will rotate watches. There should be nothing as long as we keep the door shut. You look a little injured. Perhaps, a little bit of light healing will do.
But, sorry, out of character, does message speak in your voice, or?
Yes,
Like,
it
okay.
should be my voice as Karen.
Okay. Turns back to you. I'll be fine. Just let me sleep it off. Well, not the hearing thing. I think the cleric has to fix that.
You sure you don't want some, TLC on that wound? Pointing over to, I assume, an obvious wound from the badger attack.
Did I have any wait, let me check.
What does your hit points look like?
I don't think he actually got hit by anything.
I don't. Yeah, no, I had Jade as a human shield.
Yeah, he got the
Oh,
rest that
right.
crawled over him, but I don't think he
Okay.
got ever attacked.
No, I'm good. Just don't put me on watch. Well, put me on watch with someone who can hear.
I think we would do that in the case, yes. That's good. Looks over at Nana Makea. Is Nana Makea having any lost hit points?
Don't think so. Let me check. Nope, I am good.
Hey, you're good. Let's prepare some stuff then. I'll just do one quick blast check to see if anyone's still hurt. What does Jade's hit points look like? Is there some missing, or is she good to go?
I think she's maxed out because she got a cure wounds right away.
Gotcha. Cool.
She got Hixos rolled like a max cure wound, so she's at max.
Before I would go down to Yurak real quick and kind of like tap him on the shoulder, get his attention.
Oh, yes. How can I help you, my performer in arms?
I want to apologize for my comments earlier about, sticking my hand up your hole.
What?
What? What?
Oh,
Out of context.
Oh god, I'm clipping that one.
Eric,
Oh.
I think
Continue.
that was quite rude of me. It was. I shouldn't have spoken that way. It was very rude of me. I apologize for my behavior. It's just being down here can bring a lot of nerves.
Eric
Right.
just gives you a very coy smile. Oh, my dear, if I took anything half as seriously in my life as a entertainer of sorts, I dare say I wouldn't be standing here today. Oh, worry not. But as you do say, I prefer not to have anything inserted in those holes. He just slightly just winks.
But I also have another thing mentioned. Before we departed down this way, I noticed that you looked a little bewildered or frustrated. Maybe might be the good term. Since we all had to thought differently. But I was curious of what, before we had separated and sent the dwarf on his way, what were you going to do?
And he just puts on a just devilish bit of a smile. Oh, just convince him with a song or word or two, and convince him to share a tale or two that he may not have otherwise been as reluctant. Words have power, my dear, especially those laced with a little bit of bardic magic.
Well, you do present yourself with a way of words, so I think you would have done well, besides what we have done, but that's already in the past. I just hope that we all can try to strew things together instead of like going in separate ways. I mean, granted, we all don't really know each other, but if we are going to continue traveling with one another, it's best to take the time to understand one another, if you know what I mean.
Fair point indeed. One I shall take to harp and heart. I've already got 2 songs composed of of your brother there. He does lend himself to the most interesting of lyrics.
Yes, Daddy does. And she glances over to Nana Mikea and scratches at her cheek. He's a wild one, that one.
All the more better for the tavern songs, though I think I'll compose a more fitting ballad for the rest of us among us.
And will you be keeping that spider one out of it?
My voice can't reach that pitch, my dear.
Of course. And she kind of gives a smile and a little curtsy before making her way over to her brother that's in the pool for some reason.
My future's in the water.
Anyone else want to talk before I keep going?
Nope.
Alright. So Euphoria kind of joins Nenekea by the pool and tucks her legs underneath before she sits right next to him. Nenekea,
Yes.
I do worry about you.
I'm fine. Just freaked out a little bit over getting trapped a bit.
I know you were, but sometimes you need to think a little before doing something so drastic. I'm not trying to belittle you or anything, but I just hope one of these days I just know something bad's going to happen to you, and I don't want to lose you, brother.
I'll be fine.
You say that, but you rushed into enemy lines again and again.
I'm harder to hit than the others, especially in one of my forms.
I know. And she glances down and plays with her skirt. But you can't blame me for being worried.
Oh, I cannot. Gives you, reaches over and gives you a hug.
She gives him a hug back. You're all I have, Nenekea. I don't know what I'd do without you.
Hopefully you'll have me for much longer.
I hope so, otherwise I will find your soul and bring it back. And she you kind of feel little tears going on your cheek before she pulls back to wipe them away. Now, I hope you don't go any further into this pool and take some time to rest?
I'll be resting right now.
Okay. And she gives one more hug to you before giving you your space and then making her way over to a corner to rest for the night. Okay, I'm done.
Anybody else have anything they need to say before I assume you're all taking a long rest?
I think we're all resting at this point.
Okay. Who
No,
is
Stretch
taking?
Steffened.
The thunder wave got him too.
Did he say he was going somewhere?
Yeah, he said he'd be back in a minute.
Okay. Well, just who's
Oh.
taking the first watch?
Jade's currently watching. If anyone wants to join her, that's fine. But currently, Jade is watching.
Hexos will take first with Jade.
Okay.
You said there's like braziers and some low light in this room.
The altar itself gives off some light.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. It's like a faint kind of. It's a little eerie. I think.
It's like a nightlight.
Well, I was gonna say I think clustering around it would be. Store is like creeped out. He's like, we're gonna like constantly touch the glowing thing. Like, what are we doing? But he's a scaredy cat, so.
I'm just set up against the spooky indent in the wall.
But the hole that you came, that you guys were in and out of or whatever, makes kind of quite a bit of noise. So that would be, unless you like that when you're sleeping.
Not a problem for me.
Yeah. Not anymore.
Says the deaf guy.
Okay.
What?
So let's do. Everybody else is going to sleep. Okay. Jade and Hyksos, please make a perception check.
Perception.
Okay. So you're free to talk, I suppose, and I will keep those perception rolls in mind.
Cleric Hyksos, thank you for helping me.
But of course.
Wow, that's neat.
Apologize for being a little bit panicked.
I can understand where the very loud noise and then all of a sudden losing one's hearing would be rather disconcerting. Yes, it is a completely normal reaction. I would probably have gone through the same before remembering that there might be some way to correct the problem.
Yes, well, I suppose not all of us grew up around divine and other magics, so... tell me, you are a... sir, who's your god? You serve, god of, magic, right?
I serve, yes, Mistra, the goddess of magic. She is part of the weave. She keeps all magic together, you could say. And she champions the light and is thoroughly opposed to these things that we usually find in the deep, dark places like down here. And I was immediately concerned by our dwarvish friends saying that there was the things that we've killed were in the service of Drow. I think that he said there's a camp of which may or may not exist, but We'll see. Or not. Hopefully not.
And, I guess in your time serving Mr. Did you study or learn anything about dragons? Sorry, it is a strange question.
A few things. Dragons are interesting creatures, being made of magic as well as being the epitome of primal aspects of the nature at the same time. Is there a particular thing you might want to ask? I might know something.
What do you know of their gods?
Oh!
Straight to business.
Just being efficient, apparently.
Fuck, I'm on the spot. I don't have a book in front of me. Also, I don't remember if this guy has... I don't remember if Hyksos has dragon specialization for researcher.
Sorry.
Okay, let's try.
I am putting you on the spot.
As far as deities for dragon, it's difficult because there's of course Tiamat, and she is an amalgamation, you could say, of the chromatic dragonflights, and represents more or less evil, to not get into brass tacks about things. And then you have the metallic dragonflights, which are more... They range from more of the... How do you say? The fickle to the more lawful or good-natured, one could say. As far as the deities... It's difficult to say if they follow this one or that, because dragons can believe in themselves as much as other things. But some, for instance, the silver champions of justice, sometimes they may fall under the purview of Tyr, the silver-handed justice. And I wish I had the book in front of me, but alas, I do not.
Sorry, I may be asking a veiled question. I was taught of at least some of them. I know of Tiamat, the Queen of Chaos, basically. She and her supposed eternal rival in Bahamut, the Platinum Dragon.
And I suppose Mithra will haunt my dreams tonight for forgetting Bahamut. Yes.
I was fortunate enough to have a friend. She taught me much. She herself was a servant of Bahamut, among other benevolent gods.
Mm-hmm.
Timora, Ilmatar. I ask about them because, well, because of this. And she reaches into her pack and pulls out an object, probably not that much larger than her hand, wrapped in some cloth. And she kind of slowly unwraps it and is very careful to not touch it itself. But as she unwraps it, it is a platinum representation of a dragon claw.
Hmm.
Have you ever seen one of these before, or heard of them?
May I make a history check?
Sure. Ooh. You definitely recognize the claw as being a symbol of Bahamut.
Yeah, this is definitely a symbol of Bahamut. Yeah, I don't know exactly where from or the exact make, although it does bear the hallmarks.
Do you happen to have... any of yours... I don't know how your magic works. Do you have any of your spells left? Before you were able to do some sort of ability to see magic, yes?
That is definitely true. Do you think that it is has some sort of residual magic about it? Well, I can try in any case. I just need a little bit of time to.
Yes. And she kind of like sets it down on the ground and kind of scooches back from it again, being very careful not to touch the metal itself.
Okay. Dungeon Master.
Yes.
I would like to take 10 minutes to focus on ritually casting Identify on this thing.
On her dragon mark?
Or on the
claw.
Oh, on the claw.
On the claw, yes.
That is entirely possible.
Okay.
Oh. Unfortunately, somehow my Google Doc that I was keeping all my notes in is like corrupted somehow. It's like all of the text is running off the right-hand side of all the pages, and I can't edit anything. It's very strange.
Huh.
Copy paste.
Yeah.
I am trying to do that, and I suppose I can now, but yeah, it's definitely fucked up.
Case without formatting?
Oh, I'm sorry. Whoops. Let me get the other one. One moment, please. Uh-oh, this one's doing it too. So it must just be my machine. That's weird.
Does that happen in Notepad as well, or whatever they call it now?
I'm not trying that. Just 1 second.
Okay.
Yeah, I literally can't copy paste it. Wow, this is really weird. All right, well, you cast Identify, and I will DM you.
Okay, barring unfortunate circumstances that interrupt that 10 minutes, I shall cast Identify.
Right.
Let me put... And I suppose I'll put my hand on it.
You actually touch it?
Choose one.
Hello?
Oh, that specifies in the first line. I was reading it from back to front.
Oh, yeah, you have to touch it. Jade, do you allow this?
She is. She sees you reaching for it, she kind of reaches out a hand, and I don't know if you should do that.
You think that it is cursed somehow?
I think I do not understand it, and it has done something to me.
Well, let me ask this question. Was this thing given to you?
No.
It was not. Get out of here, Joker. This is important. I appreciate the honesty.
So you don't cast Identify, right?
If Jade is interrupting me, that is correct. I am not casting it. Do you think... So if you have not been given this thing and you feel that it has cursed you or somehow affected you...
Yeah, I think I would also say that you should have that material. The pearl worth at least 100 gold pieces is very pricey.
I believe that using a focus gets rid of that cost.
Up to I think 25 gold.
Oh. If that's the case, then I've been using it wrong this entire time. Woohoo.
We can look it up later.
I think this is the first time you've done Identify, so that's okay.
I'd like to spend a Destiny point. Ignore the rules. If I need that pearl, I do not.
Well, you're not casting it anyway, so.
Yep.
Let's move on.
Okay then. So, veiling the fact that he can't actually cast that spell yet, pulling his hand back from the Platinum Claw, Hyksos leans forward and puts his chin on his fist and then leaning forward, looking over at Jade. So you touched it and it's affecting you somehow, and you're worried that it might be a curse or some other properties that's been put onto you, yes?
I am... Yes. It is... Sometimes when I am in a stressful situation, I notice some sort of power coming from my arms, from my legs. When I was in that tunnel, the entire arm was encased in fire. just earlier when I was covered in ice crystals and frost. I don't know what is causing it, but I think it stems from this. And she's got a bandage up on her right shoulder, and she kind of unwraps it, and underneath the bandage you see it's very much scar tissue, but it's very much in the shape of a dragon's skull.
That is a very curious thing. Does it appear just like a static thing? Just like a scar would, or?
Closest thing, it looks like somebody took like a hot brand, and pressed it against her skin.
It's raised scar tissue.
Yeah.
Raised scar tissue. Okay.
I'm going to give you guys about a couple more minutes here, and then we'll do a shift.
Sure.
Okay.
And she kind of quickly covers it back up again.
I don't think that they've seen something like that. I could. Perhaps if we find ourselves traveling for a bit longer, I can look at some of my books that I left behind at a room at the inn, or even able to find the materials for me to look at the claw that you have apparently touched and has conferred onto you this mark. But I was under the impression that you brought the heat of the desert along with you with some of those punches, eh?
Well.
And he puts his hands up with a light jab in the air.
Well, I guess I'm just looking for advice on how to control it. As to this point, I can't really. It just happens. I don't know why. So, if this is a power that I have been cursed with, I think I need to learn to control it, so that I don't hurt anyone else.
The funny thing about the divines is that sometimes even if things are done for the wrong reasons, such as stealing a holy object, perhaps that is the only way that power that is meant to be granted to a person is able to get it. But, well, we should be keeping our ears out for anything in the dark that might be preying upon us potentially. And then he waves over at the cloth that Jade has been keeping the claw in.
Yeah, and she'll kind of move forward and bundle it back up. And thank you for your advice.
And
Yes.
Your confidence is safe with me.
She kind of nods curtly and kind of starts pacing toward the entrance over here.
Okay.
Scene.
So who's taking the second watch?
I could, if I have someone who can message with me. Or
I-
can write.
I'll probably be pretty good with that. He did save me from owl bears earlier, after all. Allegedly.
It wasn't owlbears, it was bandits.
Allegedly. Then I'll cast, hold on.
I cannot get rid of this status icon.
Try left clicking.
I'm trying both clicking.
There you go.
Oh, you got it. Oh,
Gotta make sure you select
I
it.
think I reapplied it.
Oh.
I don't,
So the big one you have to, yeah. So applying is left click and unapplying is right click. Except with the big ones, which I think is just right click and right click. But
Right.
I was clicking both and it wasn't doing. But anyways.
Well, so what it does, so each status effect starts at 0, and if you left click, it makes one of those in the upper left-hand corner of your token, and as you left click more, it adds numbers. Right clicking works it back down to 0, and if you continue to right click past 0, it'll make the big one. And then if you keep right clicking, it should make numbers of the big one. So it's like a sliding scale. Some of them don't right click, but yeah, it's basically like a gear shift, up and down. Anyway, I don't imagine there's a whole lot you can say between each other without casting message about 16 times.
I did. I don't think so too much either. Unless I'm perpetually casting message this entire time.
Yeah, I don't think that's practical.
No, not really. So it'll just keep your eyes out.
Oh.
You don't need to speak either.
Both of you go ahead and give me a perception roll, and Lazedas with disadvantage.
Fuck. And I saw a 19, I'm like, yes!
Hey.
15 with disadvantage. Look at that.
Rolled 2 12s.
Okay, good to know. Yeah, if you guys have anything you need to do or anything, then go ahead and do it. Otherwise, I'm just going to blast right through your shift.
Hey, you could cast message about 20 times, so you want to converse?
I think at this point, the quick message would be, well, when we wake up, we'll make sure we get your hearing fixed, and I say we get the heck out of this cavern as soon as we can. If that dwarf gets too far. Changeling. Something more nefarious. Alter self.
I don't know. I learned to never trust a shape changer. You're bad people. Most of them, anyway.
I was gonna say, that's pretty racist.
Well, sue me. Also, remind me to reimburse you for all the copper wire you're burning with this.
I don't think it's being burnt, it's just a conduit holding it up.
Remind me to not do that then.
Could be worse. Perhaps, pulls out a copper piece penny for your thoughts sometime. Bad human joke. Anyways. Could be worse. Maybe
I'm familiar with the saying.
Could be a drow. Who's the next on
shift?
shift?
Can get that short.
Well, you can if you kind of gestures like if you hit him on top of the head, gestures like using a hammer on top of them.
He chuckles. Now that's racist.
You got me. Anyways, who's next on shift?
I wouldn't know. I wasn't exactly the conversing type.
Well, maybe the how many more shifts do we have to have?
Just one.
Just one more?
Uh-huh.
Oh. I know exactly who. Well, I guess I'll wait for the shift to go up, and then I'll cast message onto Arok.
You sure? Wouldn't want him waking up the entire party. Present company excluded, of course.
I guess for the last bit of message, he's enough like you. They don't need that much sleep. I'm kind of jealous, actually.
No, what he's saying, the implication was that Arok
We'll play music?
Yeah. Or just, boisterous personality in general.
She kind of just gestures like, oh, it's fine. Don't worry about it. It'll give him some time to compose his next song anyways. An artist does need his quiet time.
For once, I'm glad I'm deaf.
I'll
All
make
right.
sure not to
Who are you
tell
guys waking up in for the next shift?
I'm definitely waking up Arok, and I'll ask
I'm
Arok.
waking up Nenamakea. I'm just
How gently
guess-
are you waking up Nonamikea?
a few gentle slaps to the face. Hey,
Uh-huh.
hey kid.
Pushes him into water. I know.
Dunks him.
Hey, Arok, you're up for the last shift, and kind of looks over towards Lazedas. I guess Nana Makea is joining you.
The muse in my head. I always hoped to be a much more sonorous woman, but you'll do. And he gets up and just gives a wink over to Karen before
All right, how much damage does a slap do?
Only his pride. Only his pride.
I mean, that's my entire hit pool, so
Hey kid, you barked up my ears. You gotta use yours. Try not to wake
Sorry.
everyone up.
Okay.
I can't understand you.
Oh.
Head gestures only,
Okay.
please.
You just gotta walk away.
also forgot to ask, is that the end of my long rest in terms of
Yep.
Okay. A, I was gonna roll it, and B, I want to swap the my faced up what's it called? Or not elements, season.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. You can do that.
So
Actually, I don't know that we've featured that yet for
We haven't.
everybody. So go ahead and describe that then.
well,
Or
I mean,
maybe you don't have to until everybody gets up. But yeah.
I was saying no one's really gonna notice it at this point because it's just a very
Right.
minor thing. But
Sorry.
if anyone was looking, they would notice Arok's hair that had like a slight green tint in the green eyes is now an auburn, like almost a dark orange. As he goes about his watch.
Okay. So.
And I guess Nana Makea is joining? Yeah.
Yeah, Nana Makea and Arok, go ahead and make your perception rolls. Arok with advantage. Alrighty then. Oh my god. I was drinking
I think
water.
she's sneaking up on us tonight.
Good to know. Excuse me. Yeah. So you take the graveyard watch.
They see through time and space.
Hey, Nana Makea, was it, right?
Yes.
How opposed are you to me spreading your tale in tavern and bar wide?
I was part of a carnival. I am fine with it.
All right, just making sure. I've had one or two encounters in the past where the subjects of my song were not happy with the way I portrayed them, so I'll just be just making sure. I'll be sure to
It
capture
is
your good
fine.
side. Whether it's a toad or spider or whatever else you can turn into.
In anything I have seen, many creatures at the carnival. Lots of bears.
Can you do an owl bear?
I heard them on travels, but have never seen one.
I will look out for illustrations or any other carnival that passes by as for research sake. Yes, call it creative research.
Creative. Okay.
And he just kind of lately strums just a little bit on the harp or on the lyre, but nothing like so loud as to wake the others.
Okay, just sitting on the altar, looking around.
Your butt is now sticky.
I don't know why. I'll jump in the water later.
No, I'm joking. It's the stuff that's on there is long dried.
On kind of like his ears pricking up, I guess, partially through this strumming, he stops, kind of very quietly whispers over to Nanamakea, "You perchance hear that as well?"
I don't hear anything. Where's sound coming from?
He just he very like kind of slowly just looks over and nods in the direction of the tunnels that you had come from. Via your spell.
Would you like me to check it out? Not go in, but look down.
Fear your spell may have invited some unwanted guests, perhaps, if my ears don't fail me. The question is,
McKay is gonna get up and take a quick look over. Does he see anything?
Where?
The hole that Salty pointed out.
Eric, you where did? Oh wait,
you said
hang
the
on 1
cave.
second.
Oh wait, you meant the cave. Did you mean the caves?
Yeah.
Oh, I meant
the
the.
other way.
Okay, sorry. Okay, misdirection on. Okay,
That was
sorry.
my bad.
Caves we came from. The way we came,
so
not the. Yes. Sorry, misinterpreted.
It's the wrong caves.
Wrong lever. Eric's just kind of watching as you go. Cocks his head a little bit. He stopped.
So do I assume you both have dark vision, right?
Yes, or I do,
Mhm.
at least.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you don't see anything.
How? Is there any choke point in the caverns behind us? I can't remember, or I guess I'd have to actually look.
Yeah.
And it's been how long? Like how long in everyone's rest, roughly? Would I surmise?
You are on the last 2 hours of a 8-hour rest. So
Our
it's been roughly
friends will
6
need-
or 7 hours.
Friends will need all the strength they can get. For now, my good animal friend, I say we keep a cautious ear out and be ready to wake those that we need up front.
That is good idea.
Okay.
Eric, at this point, is just gonna kind of be mostly on alert, listening out to see if he can pick that sound up again. But
Every once in a while, you could swear you hear. And it seems to be coming from,
yeah, the general.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, that until it gets closer and or otherwise more alarming, we'll just be at alert at this point.
Yeah. I mean, does it sound? What the fuck is that?
You see quite a few rats headed along the wall towards Leistas.
That's.
Can't hear it.
Who can hear it? Of course.
Should we wake him or?
Do we get a reaction to this, or is this just kind of like is initiative, or is this a reaction?
It's out of structured time, honestly, because you are seeing these rats go along the cave wall, and I guess I'll say we'll do it like as a casual.
Okay, so they're basically not in like
Structured
at least
time.
to our knowledge, they're not like looking like they're beelining to attack at the moment. Or would
They're
be-
you.
Well, you're saying they're on the walls. They're not like on the floor, like straight path.
I'm saying they are hugging the wall like rats do,
Mhm.
and their intent is unclear to you, but they're clearly running.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. If you don't do anything right now, I am gonna make you roll initiative.
The rats are, last I checked, were really afraid of, well, fire. Maybe I can do produce flame, which is move in front of them.
I mean, I can do the same. I've got minor illusion, which I can do flames.
I have produce flame as a cantrip.
Okay, what are you doing?
All right, yeah, I will see kind of the rats heading towards Leosos, and I'm just gonna cast a minor illusion of a, 5-foot space of just a ring of flames in front of the rats.
Neat.
Is a minor.
I can make that. We'll make this that color. Nice orange color. And we'll make it a torch.
It doesn't actually give off light though, so
Huh, that's weird.
Let's just
Why that didn't
nuke
work.
this place from orbit at this point.
Anywho, you cast that, and you hear little squeaks, and they retreat.
His dust feels warm.
well, Micaiah, do you think they were running from something?
Oh, good point. Now my kid's gonna get up and check where the rats came from.
Get ready to roll 46.
So
and
you see them running. Kind of just catch them. Oops, wait.
He's gonna listen for any other sound.
Okay, perception roll.
I almost took performance.
Wow. No, you don't really hear
No, go
anything
rolls.
besides just little skittering, and it seems to be fading quickly.
I don't hear anything else, but you heard them before I did.
Yeah, I guess Arak would listen out too, just for the sake of that's what he would do. Keep listening to see if they're coming back or if anything's following.
Same roll, but with advantage.
Perception.
Yep. You hear them running, basically getting quieter, so you assume they're running away.
Well, disaster averted for now, possibly, but best remain quiet. They were indeed being chased. Perhaps we can get out of this yet by just playing it quiet.
Probably be for the best. And Mickey's gonna Zora stand near as well. You keep eye on that pathway.
Say that again?
No, McKay is gonna just stand by this wall or keep eye out by that path, by the bottom pathway.
Okay. The rest of your watch goes without incident. So everybody has completed a long rest. Congratulations.
Yay.
Right before the hour's up, I kick Laesus away.
Thump.
Joke's on you, bitch. I only need 4 hours. Ayo.
Fine, then I'll just kick us away so we can't get your hearing back.
You know what I need? I need to get a message so I can message Laystats in my force and do an outburst sound.
Goddamn devil child.
All right.
Okay. We are awake. Dora's taken 5 damage.
Wait, what do you mean Store's taking 5 damage?
Or there's a 5 ding.
Was it green?
No, it was red. I got orange red.
Anyways,
That was that was the temporary hit points. going
yeah.
away.
Yeah, I
Right.
would assume the like the overflow hit points.
Yes.
I'm gonna okay.
From aid.
How about the what was the other thing they gave us? Temporary, not the plus max.
it was max and temp. Wait,
I don't know.
It was, I think, Hixus's Bless and Arak's Enthralling Presence were the 2 health buffs we got.
Would they both be expired?
After 8 hours, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
something low-key died in that water, but okay.
It's okay.
The water is fairly clean.
I was just
Doesn't
swimming in
seem-
it a little bit.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's fetid or brackish.
Yeah, and I think I put it in last time we played. I burned a spell slot to create water for everyone. So our water skins have been drank from and then filled for the day.
Everybody needs to consume at least 1 ration or similar type of food.
And good berries.
Was the idea we have
Great.
good berries at one point?
I also have the ability that I have that if there's food or water to be found, I can find it up to I think 5 people.
Is that a spell?
No, it's quite literally my backstory. That thing.
got-
I'm gonna bring up our
Okay.
Cave Delver ability or Cave Delver
So
background portion.
store consumed a ration.
Foria did the same.
Did we not have the good berries, or what was that about? Was there not enough for? 'Cause they last for
good-
24 hours, don't they?
I don't remember how many we had left.
enough normal sustained creature for 1 day.
Yeah, but how many did you make, and how many?
10 berries.
10. So yeah, we should have each still had 1. I think.
I'm gonna eat a good berry.
Did everybody get good berries or?
Remember?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna say
Looks
people
like
I give good berries to was everyone first time, and the second time.
It looks like he cast it right before.
Yeah, right
our
before the
long
sleep.
rest. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
13 days ago.
Well, they won't be good berries then.
13 in real world, not game time.
Yeah, Lestas doesn't trust the tiefling. He eats a ration.
Oh well, I take my good berry. I was gonna give it to you back. I give you my bird instead.
Bird explodes.
It was too good for this world. Anyhow,
So-
Lestas walks up to Hyksos. Hey, cleric!
And Hyksos is getting up and he's putting one finger up yawning.
Take your time. I'm just deaf.
Slapping him on the shoulder a little bit. Wait a
If only
second.
I was deaf.
And then he pushes Lystas gently to arm's length. And with one hand, he's gripping his focus. On the other, he's another's channeling the divine energy. And I will cast Lesser Restoration in attempts to unfuck the ear issues. Where did I put it? There we go. I must select a target. Cast power word kill.
Okay. As you make your incantations and move your hands in a very specific way, Lystas, you hear. And now you can hear this familiar sounds of the cave again.
Hyksos starts snapping his fingers next to the ear.
He slaps you on the shoulder. Thank you, Claire. Oh my God, I was loud.
Yes, a little bit. Yes.
Thank you, cleric. I know I was a bit harsh on you for your magic earlier, but I hope you'll understand. I am truly grateful this time.
Well, I am glad I was of service. And, well, it looked like none of us are dead, so that is also another thing to look forward to.
Well, look backward too. Still gotta trek back through this hellhole, get back up to the surface. I fucking hate this cave. Walks off.
Okay, where are y'all headed to now?
Should we gather a town meeting?
Seems like your hearing is better then.
Yeah. I don't suppose you had any long-lasting effects?
No, just a growing hatred for rats and badgers.
And tieflings. No offense.
Hey.
You for you. Tiefling,
Jay just-
singular.
She just kind of shakes her head. There are worse things than tieflings.
One-horned tieflings.
You're about to maybe pick up that great wall that's like a drop on your head.
Neforia just turns
I've heard
away
that
with her
name.
arms crossed and her tail wagging aggressively behind her.
Well, we should probably gather the troops. That one included. He kind of gestures to
Well, while he's doing that, I'll go see how the others are doing.
a Thunder Bear Boy. Frogman.
Yes.
The Deafener.
The deafener.
We're gathering up
I
to
like
discuss
that
our next
title.
course of action. Yeah, I figured you would. Anyways, whenever you're done here, gazing dolefully into the... Oh, you're coming with me. Okay.
I was just cleaning up.
So begins your third day underground.
So, all in favor of leaving this hellhole the way we came? Say aye.
Do we
Well, what do you suggest then?
That was unintentional. I'm sorry.
Well, we can
You need water?
I'm okay.
head back to where we found that. Well, whatever that thing was that was posing as the dwarf, or we can try to crawl through the badger shithole.
I think that we have explored a lot of the caves, and I do have this map that I don't know, that no doubt the God Captain will be grateful for, and we can say that we have gotten this far without finding any mention of, and neither hide nor hair of that other team that he had sent down here. And considering that even if our friend is a dwarf or not a shapeshifter or what have you, he could corroborate that there could be the reason that the other team could not come back was because there's a presence of drow needing more what is the word, armed? No, much more strength to scout.
I feel like accurately describing the dangers might bode better. I can send in a couple more rangers. Maybe trained to hunt those creatures.
However, I'm looking forward to seeing the sun again, so...
So, going back the way we came?
I'm sure if we spent a lot longer and had more troops or more support or something, maybe with this map we can bring back some of the guards, and that could be useful for clearing out whatever drow hideout or stronghold, perhaps.
Aye.
Was there any other branchways that we missed while we came all the way up this way?
The place is a spider web, or passageways.
There is at least the one right outside this room, and then was that the place with the guard's post almost with where we found our dwarf friend has a couple more passages leading out of it, and it seemed to have been an access. For all intents and purposes, we have found we've gone down very far to the last major crossroads. And if we left now to go back up to the surface, it would be a good starting off point for the next expedition. We are refreshed, and I would be confident in saying that if we went back up today, that I would have enough ability in my spell casting in order to support us. But if we spend another day down here with the interesting things that we have found, my vote would be to go topside. I long for the wind that isn't whatever that is coming from. He points over at the crawl space.
I do agree. It would be nice to have non-fetid air. At least natural sunlight.
Here.
Dor, what do you say?
Thor is conflicted. He's like, well, if I know Thurble, he's not going to be happy with the amount of mapping that we've done.
I thought none of the other ones have come back with any. This is obviously much more than he's ever received.
I don't know that he said that.
Well, if he really wanted a map, he would have done it himself.
I don't think we're going to get much in the way of reward.
Well, if we think about it, I don't think all of us can fit down that one hole up there. And she mentions over where you guys had the trouble. But the passageway...
Meta, you can fit.
Oh, we can fit?
Yes.
Okay.
Just be
I made
squeezed.
that very clear that the largest of you would be difficult to get through, but you could do it.
Okay. Rewind.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what Jigsaw said, we still have that one tiny area we can still travel through, push our way through. Granted, it's going to be very tight to fit. We also have that, what was it, back here? And she points at the map that you have in your hands, where what was it, you sent the dwarf on his way? Is that what this map is stating?
Yes.
And
So I'm not actually at my desktop, which is where I keep on forgetting to toss the RPG stuff into a Google Drive. But the paths, as it stands right now, I can try and draw something quickly, and we have the room we're in. And then
I think you posted it in Discord, didn't you?
He did a while back.
good luck finding it.
I think I already did.
Ah,
Yeah,
there you go. Post it again.
Yeah, I was just going to reply to it, but I suppose posting it again might be a good idea. Hey, Zerg, you also use Paint.net. Nice.
Yep.
A fellow man of culture, I see.
You know that
Here, this is from memory where we are currently, which is honestly a lot better than what I tried to do before. But
one of these things is not
I
like
don't
the
know
other.
about that. I think your old drawing was actually pretty decent.
You changed art styles about 4 times, but
Jade kind of speaks up.
Session.
Do any of you magic users perhaps have an ability to, I don't know, communicate with those on the surface? Can we send some sort? I know some of you are able to talk in our minds, which is disturbing, but
Disturbing is a relative concept. If you think talking in your mind is the most disturbing thing you could do with magic, well,
and we can stop right there. I am aware of such a spell. Alas, it is a little bit beyond my own abilities.
same here.
And I don't know how far underneath the ground we are. I mean, there unfortunately are ones that we communicate with each other's minds, only has limitations.
right. Well, if we can't communicate with the surface, we have only 2 options. We either return and give our report, which, according to Store, would not go over well, or we continue on through Badger Hole.
Is Badger Hole really the only way?
I'm sure we could return back, but then we'd be lost in the spiderweb of caves. It obviously has seen much travel. Many creatures pass in and out of it based on the oil residue around the outside of it. So it will obviously lead somewhere. If air is coming through it, it is obviously leading somewhere.
I mean, we can always send a blast down the hole to see if there's anything still lurking down there. Tunnel.
A
It's
blast.
a long,
I'd rather not.
long hole.
maybe no more
Oh.
blasts for the time being.
Yeah,
I don't know how
structurally
long-
unsound.
I don't know how long your magics, how far they can reach, but we crawled, what was it, 4 or 5 lengths of rope before,
And then it would slack, if I remember.
and we still did not reach the end.
Well, only one solution, and then turns Do you feel comfortable enough to change again to see how far this tunnel goes?
That was to Nana Makea, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I was letting Baha out. What?
She's asking you, can you change to see your form again to see how far this tunnel goes?
Yes, I can.
If I may present a third option. We, quite frankly, don't know where we're going. Quite possibly this tunnel goes somewhere interesting or somewhere not at all, or connects to another spider web that we'll be lost in. However, we do have a chance that there is someone who knows where that tunnel was. If our suspicions are correct, the dwarf fellow let go may still very well be in the caves, stuck at the door, wandering about. Perhaps we go back with the intent of going to the city, and if we come across him, accost our good friend and see what further information he has, and if we need be, just tell him we took care of the drow.
Oh, I see. Use your words. I get it.
Double
And
finger
perhaps-
guns, Arok. I like what you're thinking.
Glean a little info of our surroundings and perhaps actually find a path to some treasure. We've been here for 3 days, well, seems like 3 days, and have found, well, rats, badgers, a bridge,
couple
some
of
holes, and
Water.
water. Yeah, we found some water.
Sentient
A dead
water.
dwarf.
Eric, I thought we were on. Didn't you have the theory that this dwarf was not a dwarf? And if that's the case, he likely has sent us on a goose chase and perhaps is rallying his people in a trap waiting for us to come out.
Perhaps. But if that be the case, better we do so when we're well prepared and not low on rations, low on supplies, or injured from whatever else may lie ahead or the dead end we run into. If he is rallying a surprise, we'll be ready. If he has fled or not done anything, then we go back to the city and at least let them know of what we saw of that little creature of sorts.
Well, as much as I want to say, between my ability to create water from merely a drop and our friend Nana Makea's ability to make these little filling berries, we could potentially be here for a very long time together.
Yes, but would you call that living?
No. However, as young Storrod is saying, perhaps what we've already done so far is not substantial enough for the captain of the guard.
Last I checked, he was our employer. We've done as we thought we was employed. If he takes that otherwise and we are being treated as prisoners, well, I, for one, do not wish to be treated as a prisoner.
It's not that he would treat us like a prisoner, Storr says. It's just that I think that he expects us to scout. And so if we haven't sort of reached the end of all these different branches, he's just going to keep asking, well, where did that one go? Well, where did that one go? Well, because that's what he used to do when I was there.
That's an eternal pursuit, my dear one. This labyrinth may not have an end. We may be down here for an eternity before we satisfy his
I don't disagree
pointless
with you.
questioning.
I don't disagree with you. I know what the man is like.
Out of character, what was the rate that he said he would pay us?
I've forgotten it.
Half the treasure.
Yeah, half of what we find.
Didn't he change it at the end after threatening us in the tower?
No, that was the change at the end.
That was
Oh, it was the change,
He was
okay.
going to pay you a flat rate, and then he was like, no.
I tricked you.
He has altered the deal.
As I recall,
he
you
doesn't.
tried to threaten him.
Minor
Two
details.
coppers! 2 coppers!
Hey, I was the one who tried to bargain with
All right,
him.
let's make a decision here.
Well, the
Okay.
idea of going after that dwarf does sound much more appealing than continuing on into nowhere. I'm sure he has, well, information that he can kindly tell us all. If not, well, I'm sure our good friend Bud can get some useful information out of him. Am I right, Eric?
If my words fail me, which they rarely do, I also gather we have more than enough physical force to kindly persuade our friend to talk. He kind of just looks over at Jade and Leistos. And where all of that fails, we have magic and a really pointed sense of humor, and looks over at Karen.
I think that's the best idea we have down here.
It's not to compromise. I apologize for yet one more idea. We mark down that this is a interesting cult space. We explore the termination of this hallway. It is right outside this chamber. Then as we move back to where we found the dwarf, we examined if that place... we examined from that place to see if there has been foot traffic as we have been resting. Yes?
Sounds good to me.
Can't hurt. And as you said, we've provisions potentially due to your magics that if it all is for naught, we just continue the exploration from there. If you don't want to go back up, we'll choose a different path along our spider branch. No guarantee this room was even the correct way to the end, as you say.
All right. Let us close up that little hatch. He points over at the wind tunnel.
I think it's just open. I think it's just a hole.
Yeah, it's
Oh, is this the hole?
Yeah, it's not a hatch.
It's just a hole.
Oh. All right. Let's go out in the hallway and see where this other place takes us. Yes?
We're gonna find out in like the 3 sessions that this wind tunnel was actually the way out the entire time. There were drow hunting, and we're gonna waterboard this poor dwarf.
All right, so you're all going back
Yeah,
to
let's go
the.
back.
Yeah, we're gonna head back to that.
So,
I mean, if it isn't yet, it is now, I guess.
so I don't want to use the ruler. Are we preloading?
I am preloading.
Okay, so yes, here. Marching order.
That is what I was going to ask. Yes, what is the current marching order?
Exhaust first.
Oh, joy.
Hiccups
Actually,
Nana
yeah, he
Makita
does have a
first.
map.
Nana Makita also doesn't need a map.
And this is going to
No,
be
Alexa,
the
shut-
new rules that I kind of made up. I'm not going to make you drag your tokens all over the place. Just kind of tell me where you're going, and then I just need your marching order, just so that it's not going to take 5 hours to do what you need to do.
Wait,
Yeah.
so was there no... I thought there was another path going to the left side of the screen on the map we were on
What you see
before.
is what you get. What's your marching order, everybody?
Okay, we're going
Um,
this way.
Jade,
third
Jade
one
will-
behind Hixos.
I mean,
Jade,
Who's first?
They stop.
Nana Makita or
okay,
Hiccups?
let me suggest. So Hixos has the map, so he can guide.
Hiccups has the map.
and
Nana
Dark Ray.
Makita has the ability to remember all the twists and turns of a cave.
Okay, so let's say Nenamikea, because you can turn into a bear. Then Hixos. Then I think it
I'll
was
be re-
Jade and laced us together for most
Yep.
of the time.
So
Then
then
all
Jade,
the-
then Hixos. Wait, no, So Nunamikea, Hixos, Jade, Lazdus?
Laced us.
Raised us. I guess the spellcasters, so Karen, Euphoria, Erach, and then Store bringing up the rear.
Sounds good to me.
Euphoria, Airok, and then store. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's all of you. Okay.
I just posted it.
Which way you want to go? Left or I'm sorry, there's only one way you can go here, so.
This way dead ends.
Oh, okay.
Please,
I
please
was
do
under,
not move. Please do
sorry,
not move your
sorry.
own tokens.
I was under the impression these past 3 weeks that was a.
Did we check out the tunnel going this way? Did that dead end? There's a fork there. Did we check
Looks
that
like
out?
it dead ends.
Dead end.
Okay.
Okay, that's good.
Map.
Yeah, I'd say just head back into the chamber where we fought all the whatever they were called, boogans.
The Bogans.
Everybody make a perception roll. And
Ooh.
I believe Eric gets advantage.
I was also going to ask that, yeah, Eric would be on kind of still alert after all the skittering from before.
Yeah.
Perception.
Perception.
Oh,
I am not rolling good tonight.
Mm-mm.
Yay!
Quite a few high ones in there.
Wow. Okay. Airok, Hixos, Jade, and Leistas. You hear some pebbles drop over here. Drop to the floor.
Is that one of the passages we explored?
I think that was
Uh,
where
It's
Seems
a
to be,
crag.
yeah.
It's a crag in the rock. It's not. Doesn't
I
really.
think that's where the
go
dwarf
anywhere.
initially came from.
Yep, that is where the dwarf came from.
Okay, you can move your tokens.
Really?
Jade kind of slowly pulls out her quarterstaff.
Get ready.
Xanth, if you
Toss
could.
my torch into that.
We may have company, my friends.
So Hixos is going to lightly tap the medallion as usual and cast light on it for Jade to see.
Okay.
Come over to that. That's my registering tool.
So that's what. Okay, yep. That's already actually set. 2040.
Could I yeet my torch over here?
Yes, you can.
All right. Can I do something on the map to indicate that?
Just make an attack roll with a club. Just roll a d20.
Hey.
What's your proficiency bonus?
For would it be strength or dex?
No, just your straight proficiency. I think it's 2 at this point.
Three?
This is 2.
Plus
Strength
Should be
one.
2.
2. Yeah.
Dude, yeah.
We're level 4s.
Yeah.
You hear, "Ugh!"
What the fuck?
God damn it!
So, about that water.
You see, Simon kind of crawls out of the little cubby that he was in when you found him before.
Seems like you weren't entirely forthcoming with us. Roll intimidation.
You're trying to intimidate him
Well, I'm sort of backing him into the. Like, I'm cutting off his.
into the cubby that he was already in.
Come
out, now go back in!
I would like to grab him by the cup.
You're being threatening. I understand.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll.
Yeah, you better go back home. Your nice, safe, warm home.
What the hell is it? Coercion? No.
Intimidation, I think, is charisma based.
Is intimidation? Is that
Yeah,
the...
it's charisma based.
Yeah.
Could I get an
Oh, yeah.
advantage from the heavily armed group of warriors behind me?
Not yet.
Okay. so normal roll intimidation.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Jesus, Dick.
And his passive. Okay. He doesn't really seem to be intimidated. He looks drier than he was before. The last time you met him, he's a little wet. But he's still very dirty and doesn't look healthy. And he's
Jade
like,
has
"Look,
her
what are you doing,
staff. Jade has her staff kind of leveled toward him, and just, you are led out of this chamber and given directions back out of the cave. Why did you return?
I couldn't find my way out. I just need to gather my thoughts. I hid here for a long time, so I came back here and
I don't really believe him. Can I roll an insight check?
Sure. You certainly can.
Oh, an 18. But
He seems genuinely scared. I mean, your instincts are leading you to believe that you don't believe what he's telling you, but looking him in the face, he doesn't seem to be giving off any indication that he's lying.
Could I grab his shoulder and gently guide him out into the cavern between us?
He doesn't really resist, but yeah,
Okay, so
it's not a comfortable thing. You're sort of forcing him. Look, what do you want? I tried to get out of here with the map that you drew me, but it didn't work. I got lost.
You literally just had to kept on walking up. There was only one way.
There are 5 ways.
Did you get lost in just this area?
That's what I said.
how long have you been down here?
Weeks, I think.
How long have you been free of your captors?
It feels like maybe 3 days. Maybe 4. I don't know. It's hard to tell down here.
How are you eating?
I'm not. Look at me.
You're quite dirty.
He's very thin. He doesn't look well.
Nanamkea, do you still have some of those berries?
I do.
One.
Kia's gonna hand him one.
What is this?
Just
It's
eat
a
it.
berry.
It'll help you feel better.
He looks around at the rest of you and is reluctant to eat anything that you give him.
I ate one earlier. It won't kill you. It tastes a little bit interesting, but aside
Yeah.
from that,
Yeah, a few of us ate those berries.
I had one
Yes,
just a little
yes.
bit ago. If you'd like, I can eat it for you and you can have another one.
or we can
Alright.
feed you like a bird.
All right. He hands it to Jade.
Yeah, she
Um,
pops it.
So he turns around to Arak, who's strumming again, and he says, "I remember you. You're making noise again. What are you doing? Those things are
Oh.
probably coming back."
We've been here long enough, and we've cleared them out. We ventured into the caves you so graciously directed us to, and a tale I have to tell you about our friends here. If you would sit, take a listen, eat your berry, and have no fear.
Jade, did you eat it?
Yeah, Jade ate it, then she holds out her hand to Nanamkea. Sorry about this.
Hands her the last one.
So, Perhaps
You had
a
10.
dwarven fellow like yourself would enjoy, or at least reminisce in a more
How do I rotate
Tavern.
the token?
Hold down Control and mouse wheel, or Shift and mouse wheel.
Sweet.
tale that could grace even the halls of Morden and the taverns himself. And he starts like reciting the poem he was conducting earlier in the prior chamber.
Mm. So he looks sidelong at Jade again, but this time he eats the good berry. And, like, all right.
Now, you can tell we're not here to hurt you. You can tell that we are at least
So-
strong enough to defeat the monsters that were in here before.
So you say.
But you listen to our friend here. Tell us a little bit more of what you know down here.
I've told you most of what I know. I was captured. I think maybe 3 weeks ago.
What was in the room with the water passage that you said you swam out of?
Water?
Yes, you told us you swam through an underwater passage to escape the drow.
Right.
What was in the room when you surfaced?
I don't really remember too much. I think there was a table.
Was there a rope in the water?
Yes.
How did you get into the water? Was there a hatch?
No, there was an opening as I stumbled through the caves on the other side. There was a pool of water, and I went into it and found the rope and pulled myself under.
We explored those caverns. That rope led to a dead end. There was no entrance at that end except a skeleton of a dwarf. Manacled to the wall.
Aye, they tried to manacle me as well.
Did you see any other dwarves when you were imprisoned? You said you were captured alone.
Yes. But I don't remember how many.
I feel like it's been a minute.
You can
I have a mind not to
charge your
believe you.
performance with seductive fey magic. If you perform for at least 1 minute, you can attempt to inspire wonder in your audience by singing or reciting a poem. At the end of the performance, choose a number of humanoids within 6 each turn must succeed on a wisdom saving throw against your spell DC.
Yep.
What is your spell DC?
Uh, 15.
He saves.
Goddamn Christ.
Shit. Oof. All right. Well, that's fine. I tried, but he has no hint that I attempted it.
Ooh, I have an idea. Wait, so can you do that again and keep trying?
No.
As long as he's unaware. Okay.
It
If
says on
target
the bottom.
succeeds on its saving throw, the target has no hint. Once you use
It's-
this feature, you can't use it again until you finish a short or long.
Okay.
That's per person?
No.
It's the feature. He only can use the feature once per short rest,
You
basically.
choose a number, so he doesn't have to hit us if he doesn't want to.
Yeah, no, I can choose up to a number of humanoids within 60 feet who watch and listen to all of it, up to my charisma modifier. So I could choose up to 7 people if I wanted to try and charm an audience. But I'm not trying to charm all of you. I'm trying to charm our dwarf friend here.
Far too wary, apparently.
Apparently.
Oh, I was asking out of meta perspective, if he did that way, can someone else cast it? Charm.
Sure.
Or is he already aware?
No, he's not aware that I tried to charm at all from this effect.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the part of the bonus to this is if the target succeeds on saving throw, the target has no hint you tried to charm it. I just can't use my feature again for a short rest until a short rest.
Gotcha.
You just heard Wonderwall played softly into the cave.
Oh God, I hate that song.
Oh, I mean, if that's what you want to put the tune of the thing I wrote, then sure. I suppose it's on Wonderwall.
Guys,
No wonder he succeeded.
It was Freebird, not Wonderwall.
Thank you.
We already did Freebird. That was in the tavern.
Okay. Well, Euphoria is gonna gently
What song does y'all
go
wanna
in
hear?
front of him and gently take his hands and cast Charm Person on him.
Oh no!
Oh, you just go right out with it. Okay.
Going right
ahead.
out with it.
Go ahead and cast it.
Alright, I'm trying to figure out how to cast it. There it is.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think you
sorry.
click in your little.
Click
Just-
him.
Stick
Compliment his
something,
abs.
just stick something up his hole and charm.
Well, it gave me a dot. Why did it give me a dot?
This
Because
hole
there
might
we
be
go.
really dirty.
And she'll say, just relax and just tell me what you remember.
Oh!
That one works. Okay, so you can see within range must make does so with advantage if you or your companions are fighting. No, okay, if it fails, it's charmed until the spell ends or until you command creatures regard you as a friendly acquaintance. When the spell ends, a creature knows it's charmed by you. Okay.
That's for
So-
1 hour.
He turns to you. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
And his demeanor changes. His facial expression was very nervous, squinty, tight-lipped, and as you cast charm on him and it takes effect, you notice the tightness to his face becomes more slack, and a toothy grin emerges. Horrible-looking teeth.
Oh, no.
And he looks at you warmly and says, good to see a friendly face.
I'm glad. I'm here for you, friend. Now tell me, we are quite curious. Do you recall anything beyond the passage of where you came from when you were escaping?
Oh, I
Do
didn't
you-
escape.
You didn't?
Fucking called it.
I'll never doubt Arak again.
You didn't? What
No.
do you mean?
No, they're... The Drow have my family.
That's terrible.
Oh, it's
Do you know where they
awful.
are?
Yes, they're back the way I came back. Well, there's a hole.
Mm-hmm. Do you mind showing us this hole?
If I go back there, I think they'll kill my family.
Well, how about this? Maybe you lead us to where this hole is, and then with the map that my dear friend over here has, and she gestures over to Hyksos, and if you write on this map, then maybe, just maybe, we can actually save your family and take care of these awful men.
He laughs incredulously and says, I wish that were so.
Do you doubt me, my dear friend?
Well, they're very powerful, and there are many traps. And the caves, they're like a maze. I think it would take a lot to rescue my family.
Do you recall where these traps and the actual way to lead to these people, or if there's a roundabout way to get to your family?
No.
Hmm.
I barely remember them walking me to the place that they released me, and they said they wouldn't kill my family if I served them here.
And how
Told-
long have you been serving them?
Maybe a week or two.
I see. And have you told them about us already?
I've been in this hole for almost 5 days.
Hmm. Well, I am glad you are safe, my friend. But please.
I'm not safe.
Has
Neither
I
are
know
you.
you're not. Yes, I know. It is quite troubling that we're not in a safe place. But we can handle ourselves. And we can save your family. I promise you. Do you believe me?
Not really, no.
That hurts my feelings, Simon.
I'm sorry.
I forgive you.
Hyksos taps Euphoria on the shoulder and then whispers, ask him how they would check up on him, this drow.
Euphoria nods and she's like, do you have any communications with the people who have a hold of you?
Just those bogans that you killed.
And there's no more?
I don't know.
I don't know. Well, that's okay, Simon. We can figure this out.
What were your orders from them exactly?
Tell people to go to the pool.
To fight the monster that lived there.
I don't know anything about a monster.
Strange.
Oh, what about the nice glowing table in that room? Do you know anything about that?
No.
Shame. Do these other places, other tunnels go anywhere? I mean, fix those points. 1, 2.
He has done this with each of the people other than Euphoria, but at your question, he stops and kind of looks at Euphoria and is like, do I have to answer this guy? Like, he's not charmed by anybody but her.
It's okay. You can trust him. You can trust my friends. We're not here to hurt you. I know they look
I don't trust him.
terrifying,
Yeah.
but you
I
can
trust
trust
you.
me. Yes, just trust me.
But what if they
I
hurt
can-
me?
They won't. If they hurt you, I give them a good whack. I promise you. I will protect you, Simon. And she gives him a little pat hug on his back.
I'm not a child.
I know, Simon. I know, but that's just.
Well, you're talking to me like I'm a child, and I'm not.
I'm sorry. It was very rude of me, Simon.
Don't worry, she does that to everyone.
In any case, Simon, you did say that the tunnel that we just came through is the tunnel where you were leading other people to the pool. And is it that the same tunnel that leads us to the drow?
Right. Yeah, there's a hole in there that I had to crawl through.
And do you know how
It's-
long it goes?
It stinks. I don't. It was a long time. Long time.
A long, long time. And you don't know how many minutes you traveled? within this tunnel?
20 minutes maybe, I don't know. Half an hour?
Okay.
An
Okay.
hour? I don't... It was a
Every
long
little
time.
thing helps. Everything helps.
Okay.
Well, she kind of looks up to the others. The only thing we can do, guys, is go back and head down to the tunnel, save Simon's family, and to take care of this evil mastermind of these drow. No offense, Lastas.
Tastas isn't a drow.
None taken. I'm not a drow. I hate those fuckers.
I will gladly take any quest that involves the extermination of those people.
Good.
Dwarf.
Well, at least it's a
many
more
drow were
straightforward objective.
As,
Yeah.
yeah.
don't-
Jade will kind of walk past Euphoria and tap her on the shoulder and be like, "How many drow there were?"
Before you nod, do you know how many drow that had a hold of you? That you recall?
Well, when they took my family, it was maybe 10. And then they blindfolded us and knocked me out. And then when I came to, I was in a place with lots of other prisoners, dwarves. And I couldn't tell them apart, but there were a few in there. And then he starts crying. The tears are falling down. He says, they started torturing. And you can tell he's talking about his family.
Oh,
Euphoria would give him a hug and just like, we will save them.
And then they knocked me out again, and then they brought me to another place. I don't know how I don't know. I can't give you a map like you asked. I don't know. But they threatened me. There were a few drow, but there were a lot of those Boogan things. And they said that if I ever wanted my family to see the sunlight again, that I would have to help them to keep invaders away. And they made me do what you have me doing here. Sit in this hole and I wait for people in case the Boogans miss them. And I tell them to go to the water, the cave, the pool.
I understand. And she pulls back and looks over to the others and she's like, do we have anything to offer to him besides the good berries?
Did we give him a weapon last time?
We already gave him a sword.
I meant food.
what did we give him a ration or two before? I think we did.
I don't think so.
I dig out a ration from my pack. Here. Might have less qualms about eating this.
Store steps up at that and he's like, wait a minute, we're feeding this thing?
This thing is a dwarf. He's a person. Just like you or me.
I don't think that's necessarily true.
Okay, well, we'll save the racist diatribe for another town. I understand you're a country boy. I won't hold it against you, but for now, we feed the man.
He says, I'm not trying to be racist. I'm just saying he was trying to get us killed not too long ago. And whatever you did to him, and he like motions to Euphoria and wiggles his fingers. That seems to have made him more honest, but when that wears off, how do we know he won't go right back to trying to get us killed?
You make a good point, Store. And
well, perhaps a bit more suggestion should be involved. Wiggles eyebrows.
Oh no.
Karen, he has a family.
Store looks over at Karen, eyebrow raised.
Oh, no, it's just another magical tool in the arsenal.
Yes, I assume that.
Well,
How long do you think it's going to take for us to find this group? Maybe a few hours? Maybe less?
Who
Asking
are you
around
asking?
in general.
Okay.
It's going to take a few hours.
Fairly long time to go into that tunnel. And if the Boggins, whatever the fucks are called, and are not reported in, I imagine that the main base will be alerted.
Simon's like uneasy because Jade's right in his face. It's like trying to maintain eye contact with Euphoria.
Jade, it's okay. You can step back.
And Jade just turns to Simon. Are you a coward?
What?
If given the chance, would you fight for your family?
He doesn't respond to you.
Fine. Jade turns and starts walking back down the tunnel. She's like, he won't help us. Let's go.
Jade, one moment. If you could come with me down these tunnels to help me check them real quick. Before we go, I feel the feeling that perhaps there is something down these ones. And if not, well, nothing can get in behind us.
I'm disinclined to split the party at this point, so.
Yeah, Jade just shakes her head. She's like, the dwarf is a coward. He won't even fight for his family. Come. If we're going to be down here, let's go kill these drow. Let's rescue some people and get the hell out of these fucking caves.
But before he goes back, I like to cast suggestion on him so that we suggest that he doesn't report our presence to the.
Go ahead.
All right.
How long does suggestion last?
8 hours if I concentrate on it.
Oh, perfect.
But it is concentration, so.
That's fine. I
Do
mean,
you have
only
any other concentration spells?
I have a few. Actually, really, it's just hex.
Hey.
Fails.
Yeah.
So the suggestion is
activity limited to a sentence or two that magically influence a creature you can see. Creatures that can't be charmed. Suggestion must be worded. Yeah. Target must make. Yeah. Suggested course. Yep.
the suggestion is
Okay.
you never saw us.
You never saw us or do not
So-
report us.
Do not report us
Okay.
to the drow or to the general whoever's reporting to.
Okay. So he
It's a variable material components. I imagine I look really strange doing this.
well, the honeycomb and sweet oil is probably very small, so that's fine. He gets a tilt to his head when you complete it, and he was already kind of backing into his little cubby. But after you complete, yeah, you are pretty sure it worked.
We got ourselves a good 6 to 8 hours. We won't report
Right.
anything.
Well, time's a wasting.
Let's go, everybody.
Okay, you're all going back to the water pool, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
Jade has a clearly frustrated look on her face. She's a little disgusted by
His lack of warrior spirit.
his cowardice, yeah.
Sorry, Store was with you. It's just
I just wanted to know what was on the other side.
So wait.
So we're all going in the hole, huh?
It seems that way.
So the real question is, who's going to go in front?
Wants to be attacked by another badger.
Store's like.
Hey, bear
Nana
boy.
Mikea, are you
What do you
able
have
to
that
speak
eats
with the
badgers?
animals? Oh, sorry.
Yes.
I say my thing.
You say your thing. What's your thing?
Oh, I was speaking over Key earlier, so she says her thing first, and then, hey, bear boy, got anything that eats badgers and rats? That'll fit through this,
Many
of course.
things.
That you've seen before?
I'm pretty sure I've seen a couple small feline creatures that aren't 2 hit point cats.
Maybe like a mountain lion or something. I guess.
I do.
Ooh, how big is the mountain lion?
Would fit. I think it would fit.
I have a challenge rating of 1, I believe.
Oh, damn. Wait, a giant toad is challenge rating 1?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Be fair, with Circle of the Moon, I have a lot better challenge rating than I would have had.
So Store looks at this hole, and he looks around at the rest of you. I think I'm gonna guess like Hyksos is the only other one that's like about Store size.
5'8"-ish, actually.
Oh, okay. So what do you have on for armor?
Oh, I got 55-pound chainmail.
Yeah. So you and
And a
Store, are in the same kind of boat here. And he looks in the thing and he's like, "I'm not gonna fit in there unless I start taking stuff off."
Yes, armor and shield and wait, oh crap, quick out of character. Can I say that I use my free +1 thing to put it on Store Sword again?
Sure.
Okay, in character.
I'll write that down.
I was, yes, I will also do the feature to say that I don't have bullshit.
So Store looks at the rest of you in acknowledgement and like, "Hey, we're really going this way?" I'm assuming
I have
you're all nodding.
I have a proposition on how to deal with this. Perhaps we can have 1 or 2 of us, perhaps myself in Store or someone else who is able to pull 2 or 3 packs, and we take up the rear while we climb into this tunnel. That leaves everyone else able to get a little bit more mobility.
Right.
It's not much, but
Store agrees with you. He's like, "Yeah, all right."
I have a question, if you don't mind me asking real quick.
Nope.
Is it because the chainmail blocks them from going in, or is it because
Yeah,
of
it's
weight?
just really narrow, and they're
okay,
bigger
okay.
people.
it
Yeah.
doesn't bend.
Gotcha.
Well, no,
makes
it's because it's bulky.
Okay.
So it's like, metal puff jacket. Like, yeah.
Okay.
So Store starts tripping.
All right, starts playing the music from Any Good Club, I suppose. Karen, please hold the drool.
Okay.
Y'all think
So-
Karen's that horny? She ain't.
He ties a little bindle around his waist. He ties up his shield and his chainmail to his waist with a rope. And Hyksos, you probably do the same.
Yeah, and then as far as like packs and stuff, I know that everyone has to.
Anybody that
Everyone-
has metal armor would need to remove it.
Nope.
Aha. I have no armor.
No armor.
Good.
My arm was squishy.
Yay for leather.
Yay.
All right, and then give me your marching order if it's different than the last one.
So I guess Nana McKay in front would be a good idea.
Yeah,
Okay, that's
and
like
Jade
last
will,
time.
Jade will be right behind him.
And then
Okay, so
Lysa's
that's
behind
different.
Jade. for old time's sake.
Okay. So Hyksos, you're going in the back with Store?
Yep.
Okay, so here's what I've got. Nana Makea, Jade, Leistas, Karin, Euphoria, Arak, Store, and Hyksos. Sound good?
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
So you all climb into this smelly, super cramped, windy as fuck tunnel.
So it stuffs torches, but I can still put light on.
Cannot play a song that's longer than 3 hours. Bummer. I'm assuming that Jade has the light on her.
Yep.
And
Okay.
Nana Makea has dark vision.
Mm-hmm.
Marking order, marching, spelling, Andrew.
It is what it is. All right, so
Nana
I
Makea
need
gets an
to
A, Jade gets a
look.
B, Leistas gets a C.
All right. Let's see if this works. Preload that. And then we're going to activate it. Okay. Can you all see a fraction of this map?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Jeez. Can I at least cast light on myself?
You did. I thought you did. I will move you.
Okay. Because I literally can see my token and that's it. Which I assume is... Yeah.
Probably intentional.
Wait, I can see a little bit more. I can see where I was, sort of.
You crawl and you crawl and you crawl, and it stinks and it stinks and it stinks, and it's sticky. And you get to the spot where the beaver was, or
Badger.
the badger,
Badger.
excuse me,
It was an aggressive beaver.
and and it's gross. And
Were there any
finally,
mushrooms?
There aren't any mushrooms. Finally, you pop out into a room. Ooh, that's some weird. I wonder how that wall worked. Whoops. I'm gonna
Oh,
reset
this
that real
is.
quick.
I like that. You got the. This is the revealing of the fog of war.
Yeah.
Oh no.
That
we've
that
reset.
one wall got fucked up though. It like was revealing shit, and I don't know why. I probably moved it outside of a wall.
No,
Okay.
Our fog
Anyway.
of war has been reset. But
Yeah, I did that on purpose. So anyway, oh, I know what happened. The map moved. Why did
The map's a
map
mimic.
I mean, it's not been disproven that all of Toriel is not a mimic.
Oh my god, the whole
Roll
fucking
animal
map
handling.
moved.
Befriend mimic.
So I need to move it around about that much, maybe?
But if the entire world is a mimic, is it really a mimic at that point? 'Cause what is it copying?
If everything
we-
is mimic. Nothing
we
else.
we
There, I
become
got
the
it.
parasite.
This part of the map right here, I didn't find another good blow up map for just this scene, but it does deserve one, so I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to do Theater of the Mind. So you pop out of this cramped as fuck tunnel, and the wind is still howling. And what you see on the other side when you all kind of gather yourselves is it's a very wide but low room. So it's maybe 50 feet across in each direction, but it's only about 6 feet high. So Store in particular is kind of hunched a little. The wind is coming out of the place where you crawled out of, and it's swirling, sort of top looking down, it's swirling clockwise around the room. And it appears to be going out another hole, pretty much the same size as the one you just crawled out of, kind of on the other not end of the room, but like, if you crawled out of the hole at say 1 or 2 o'clock on the clock face, this other hole is maybe at 11 or 10, and the wind is just whipping around this room in a circular way.
Can you ping where the second hole is?
Yeah. Zoom in, excuse me. So you came out, and then the other hole is like there.
Oh, okay. So it's like
And
literally
you
right next to it.
Yeah, you came out here, but it's supposed to be a really big room. So I'm sorry, I just couldn't. I tried, I couldn't find a good map. I'll just say Hyksos because I know Hyksos has super high passive perception. Hyksos, you notice in the middle of the room, almost dead center, there's kind of a little bit of black, remains of what looks like probably a fire. Otherwise, the room is pretty devoid of anything, really. It's not. It's like there aren't a whole lot of tracks or gravel or anything. It's the wind is doing a really good job of kind of keeping everything even and spread out.
Well, we just lost 2 people.
Did we lose 2 people or just lose Rickbot?
No, Rickbot's still there.
Zerg's connection died, which I was assuming affects Key as well.
Yeah.
Key's
still here.
Yeah, Key dropped and then she came back, so I don't know if she's muted right now though.
Just said BRB 1 minute. So
there.
Troubleshooting. Oh, there we go.
Everybody's still muted though.
Oh, Salty's got the dog thing, so.
Yeah.
What was up?
No, Salty's here.
I'm here.
Can I do a presence check? Keychan, are you here?
Roll call.
She just stepped away to the restroom. I'm back.
Okay, so Zerg is here, Nikosi's here.
I'm not here.
Shredder. Yes, you are. Shredder's here. Salty's here. I'm here. Treg's here. Nox is here. Okay.
We
I
got.
don't believe you. I'm rolling insight.
Roll with disadvantage.
I roll stealth.
Roll with disadvantage.
Alright.
Just let me know when Keychain gets back.
Still don't believe you.
Man, what a roll.
Of course, I get it on a disadvantaged random insight against the GM.
I guess we can. You can ask questions because that's really how we build out the scene.
So there's just the 2 holes. That's all that's in this room. There's a swirling wind and 2 holes.
Like I said, there's a thing in the middle. You can go ahead and make a Karin. You can't go into that unless you are telling me that you're like crawling again, right?
Gotcha. Okay, I got an idea.
Let me finish with Treg's question first. So you can make a perception check if you want to like search the room.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll do a quick check again. You said there's like a thing in the center of the room.
Yeah, it looks like it might have been like a fire or something.
Okay. She'll give it just a cursory look and then kind of just start checking the edge of the basically around the edge of the room, seeing if there's any other openings or other exits other than the 2 holes that are there.
Yep.
Okay.
Damn.
Wow, really good. So the first thing you do is you go into the middle of the room and check out this, what seems like it was a fire.
Yeah.
The cool thing is you get closer and closer, and the closer to the middle of the room that you get, you start to notice that it isn't as windy. And then when you get right on top of where this, remains of this fire were, perception knocks.
Right.
you notice that the wind almost stops. So it's like the eye of a hurricane. Like this room is a whirlwind, but like right in the middle of it is actually very calm. Yeah.
God damn it.
Leisdas, you kind of follow her, but you don't really notice anything different than what I just described. Hyksos, you are actually in a position where you are in the next tunnel, and I'm going to say you didn't crawl in there unless you told me you were going to start crawling. Sorry about that.
Sorry, I was trying to be where everyone else was, but no, I'd be watching everyone go into the cave.
And then, did I notice any other holes around the outside of the room, or?
Yes, you did.
Okay.
You very keenly make out in the bottom of the map here, like right there. There's like a fist-sized hole.
About like at 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's going to, from the center of the room, she's kind of just eyeing it up. And how high is it?
Hey, Salty, are you there?
I am indeed.
Go ahead and make a perception check with advantage. How high is the room?
No, how high is the hole in the wall? Like,
It's in the floor.
oh, okay, it's on the floor. Okay, it's on the actual floor. It's not on the wall.
Correct.
Got it.
All right.
So at the base of the wall.
Yeah, more or less. It's in the corner.
Okay. She'll turn to Leistas and point out the hole. And what do you think?
Out of character, is it around the same size as the one we just came from? Sorry, I missed it.
No,
The
fist
hole in-
size.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
like barely big enough to put your fist in.
Well, I doubt any drow will be coming through that one. Probably where the rats are coming from.
Either that or some sort of trap mechanism or trigger.
You might be right. Could I investigate from a distance? Well, not from a distance, but like I got the thieves' tools to disarm a trap, so I don't know if that gives me some level of familiarity or I guess cautiousness.
I don't know what you're trying to do right now, Nox.
I want to investigate the hole.
It's a hole.
Is that so? It doesn't require an investigation check.
It's
Or-
a hole. I mean, what do you want to know?
Well, I mean, like Jade said, it could be a trap or something like that.
It doesn't appear to be a trap.
Okay, I will take you at your word, but if we get shot in the ass, I'm going to be very displeased with you.
Please do. It's a hole. You look into the hole and it looks dark.
If I hold the light over it, how deep is it?
Initially, it looks like it's maybe 5 or 6 inches, and then it twists a little bit, and then you kind of put the light over here, put the light over there. You try and see where it goes, and it seems like it twists out of your view pretty quickly. Like within a foot or two, you can't really tell if it's just that deep, or if you just can't tell if it's deeper and it just twists out of view.
Sure.
Well, I'm willing to bet that was the rat hole.
Possibly.
Not much use for anything bigger than that.
Looks like our only way forward is the next hole.
How big is this next hole? Is it the same size as the one we came through?
Yeah.
Yes, it's pretty much the same size as the one you crawled through.
Well,
I'm okay.
Ventured.
Yes.
And you go.
Here we go.
Arak, make another advantaged perception check. All right.
Man, I can't roll over like an 11 or something.
It was just enough. I'm going to DM it to you.
Okay.
Infernal chanting.
Guys, it's Nickelback.
All right, time to leave the caves. We're out. This is a godforsaken place.
Photograph. Every time I look, it makes me laugh.
He cast
You
his
suffer.
cautious
You
idiot
suffer
philosophy.
5 wounds, 5 hit points right there, Treg.
This is how you remind me.
You suffer 5 nights with Avalet Ghost.
Can I tell language or anything?
Oh, there's language. You say.
Yeah, Eric has his ear kind of pressed against one of the holes, looks at the rest of you and just makes kind of a shushing sound. Or it's like shushing motion. Something. There is conversation beyond this hole yet. Perhaps our drow targets or something else. But this wind is drowning out too much. It is not in my repertoire to stop the very winds, but perhaps... Well, perhaps one of our other magic users has some clever way to control the wind, or can we stuff store into wherever the hole is coming from, or wherever the wind is coming from?
He's like, what? He wasn't paying attention. He just heard his name. He's like, huh?
Does it feel like wind is going into this hole or coming out of this hole? The second hole, the one that we're about to go into.
The wind is coming out of the hole that you crawled out of and going into the hole at 11 o'clock.
Interesting. Okay.
Does anybody?
Well, if he's
No, you go.
if he's okay, well Hyksos would pipe up. Well, if it's a language you do not understand, then maybe I can give it a try. Is it?
It's not that he doesn't understand it; it's that he can't make it out because it's really loud in there with the wind.
Well, shit. You heard nothing.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem.
Oh!
Caw! There's like 6 of you. Make a fucking wall. Caw! Jesus Christ!
We have the one group brain cell, and I'm not using it right now.
All right.
I was using the repressive, whatever you call it, repressive spell, cantrip. I don't know if that cancels out a wind, but it's just as
Caw, make a tiefling wall around him. Jesus Christ, you don't have to do a spell. Just huddle around him.
Listening to a suggestion from Mistra.
Yeah. You get
Cleric is
a
going
really
to suggest-
strong feeling that you should just basically press all your bodies around Arak like he's the sun itself.
Hey,
Okay.
Evelyn, let's huddle on the
Love him
wall.
so
Let's
much.
Huddle against the Mr.
And
Arak
as you
again.
do this, Arak, you hear...
You just blocked the single tunnel. Like you just put one person in front of it. I didn't
know,
need to be
you
group hugged.
You do that too, yeah.
Guys, you just putting Store's butt in there.
I was liking the store stuffing.
Okay, so you manhandle Store into place, and the wind abates, and Arak, you hear, We must escape before we do. And then you can't make out the rest of that sentence. And then a moment later, they could kill me, but I'll not work. Followed by a firm voice that sounds very different saying, can do worse than that.
Recognize, is this in common or is this in two different languages?
You speak, oh shit, I shouldn't have done that. Fuck.
They're saying it in
I do
common.
speak in no shit, so.
I don't know if you speak this. Oh shit. I should have checked. Damn it.
Well, too late. They're saying it in common.
Guess what? This is in Undercommon, and you not speak Undercommon.
Cuckoo!
Can he make a performance check to recite the words?
Actually, that's pretty good.
I've said what I needed to say.
I mean, are we going with the idea that I can't understand it, or do I need to try and recite, roll a performance
You
to,
do not
recite
speak
it?
the language that they were speaking.
Okay.
And I fucked up and I told you what they were saying.
That's fine. I can play it off as I didn't. I will, hear the kind of, whatever guttural or however this speech or voice sound seem to come.
Yeah, you know what? Make a performance check and you can repeat it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, is I'm going to try and play my role as an actor. And
Okay,
say
let me
out.
see if anybody...
I speak Undercommon.
So does Jade.
Well,
Excellent.
it's not Undercommon. I was
Oh,
making
no.
that up to cover my ass, but...
Oh, well,
What language is it?
I'm
We
not
don't know
telling you.
yet. It depends on my performance check, honestly, because if I fuck up the performance, we don't know what language I'm speaking at this point.
I'll guide him.
It could be Undercommon with the way I pronounce it.
if we were
Very
just
vulgar.
one more level, I
Like a
would have
guide.
picked up tongues.
This is so funny, the people that know this.
Wait, so
Where is your token?
Buried.
Buried.
I need
Yeah.
his token in order to guide him.
Yeah.
Thank you. If I can get there, we go.
The tiniest
Exciting.
little.
Okay. Whenever you're ready, Eric, performance.
Yeah. Do performance just normal advantage. I doubt advantage, but
You get
do
a
get a
D4 from
D4.
guidance. From
do get a
Florian.
D4. So I'll roll the standard. And
Okay.
Hey.
God damn.
don't
I have
need it.
really high out of combat shit, and then roll D4.
Okay. Hyksos. You recognize this. This is Dwarvish.
So 24 total.
Store also would have, but his ass is stuffed in a fucking tube.
Commander, I'm trying to understand Dwarven.
I can't believe it's so funny. So Hyksos, I'll DM you the. Where the hell is my DM with you? There he is.
oh, what?
Okay.
What am I doing? What?
Were you listening?
I was sort of.
Sort of.
Sorry.
Don't know.
I dropped something.
Okay, so Arok listened real good at the hole, and he didn't understand the language that was being spoken, but he recited it back to everyone very, very accurately. You are one of two people in the room between you and Store who actually understand that language, and it's Dwarvish, and I'm going to give you what he said.
Oh, cool.
Or I'm going to give you what he heard.
I am once again proven as a holy man. But the silence was deserved.
Hey man, I exhaled through my nose forcefully.
That's it.
Yeah, Edrak like finishes kind of reciting it almost as if like giving a lecture, and then just kind of stands there, very expectantly looking at everyone, waiting for somebody to pipe up, saying they know what he's saying.
And as Iraq finishes up, Hyksos dies because chocolate is stuck in his throat.
There's
No,
just
he's-
You guys are having
Hyksos is
issues
gonna be-
today.
Yeah, I'm sorry. He's going to look pensive, and he's thinking and going over the words in his mouth or in his mind, and this is Dwarvish, and it says, there's one voice saying, "We must escape before we too." And then the second one is saying, "They can kill me, but they'll not work." And then I think that one of the captors caught them talking because the third voice was, "Can do worse than in between the wind and the." This is a problem. I'm not sure if they can hear us or we're hearing them equally.
Well, just speak in a low voice and we should be fine.
Someone pull our stopgap out of the wind tunnel then if we'd like to resume our bubble of privacy.
Hey, Stor, get your ass out of
Privacy engaged.
White noise.
It's a little more fetid in the room than it used to be.
Oh no.
Should we go and attempt to rescue potential allies?
Well,
Well,
We've come this far.
they don't seem to have raised the alarm.
There is nothing else in this room. The only way forward is through them.
Bear Boy, you're up. Get in there.
I think we have to keep on going down the other tunnel.
Yeah, that's Nenebekea. Get the fuck in the tunnel.
Okay, if everyone is in agreement, then I
Yeah.
will resume my movement scheme.
Yes.
Jade puts her hand on Nanamekea's shoulder and
Stack all of
leads him
you up.
over. Leads him over to the hole and says,
I just
"Lead
see
on, my
like
friend."
Get in there, you big oaf. I don't care what you smell.
it's like the old like golden age style character movement where the characters just like magically part from one thing to talk and they just regroup on a single target to move.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh wait.
It's not Golden Sun.
Dwarvish, huh?
So you get to about here, and then you cross over this, and I don't know how to do this, but anybody who had a light spell cast upon them,
Mm-hmm.
the light goes out, and you are in complete darkness.
Oh, it just like fizzles out. Is what you're saying?
Yep.
Oh, that's not good.
Well, Jade, Karen, grab onto someone's leg.
Yeah, Jade just reaches forward and puts her hand kind of just very she pretty much grabs onto Nenemekea's ass and then kind of pulls
Why
off.
did my character get their asses grabbed?
Okay.
Hey, wait a second. This is the wrong game for the grabbing between you two.
It doesn't have to be.
God takes her hand off.
Doesn't have to
In
be.
character.
They can all be the right game.
Can you feel the love tonight?
About 5 feet into the area of.
Wait. I do have something I want to do as the lights go out.
All right.
Very
Yeah, I mean, you-
concerned that the spells
ask.
have gone out.
Yeah.
I would like to cast Detect Magic and then say to everyone, wait, stop. So I would like to burn the spell slot to cast Detect Magic
Okay.
immediately.
You cast Detect Magic, and I think how this works is you detect magic all around you, but there's no school of magic per se. It's just kind of a general. You're surrounded by a level of magic.
It's a level of magic beyond my current capabilities to understand.
Well, no, I mean,
Or
from what you understand, the darkness is magical.
okay.
So something about the area is making your light spells it made your light spells go out.
Okay.
If only I had Devil
Didn't
Sight.
affect the detect magic.
No.
Okay.
So he would relay to everyone at a hush whisper. This is magical darkness.
So
Everyone.
it's really windy, so you do have to, you
Okay.
can't really
Well,
whisper.
he's going to be shouting then to make sure everyone you can.
Yeah.
This is magical darkness. We need to keep on guard from here on out. This is one of those traps.
What? So is it actually magical darkness? Can the characters of dark vision see?
The lights were eaten by the magical darkness.
I guess
Oh,
the bigger question is, can the dark vision people see?
Yeah. No.
okay. So
It definitely is darkness.
magical darkness.
Oh, it's
You are
complete
all
darkness.
in complete darkness.
Yes. And I
Well,
got 30 feet of magic sense and 10 minutes, so let's get a move on.
Could you
Okay. So
sense the source of it?
No, there doesn't appear to be a source. About 5 feet into the area of darkness, I think who is it? Nanamakea?
Yep.
You start noticing that the stuff that you were crawling over is like it always was kind of gravelly and everything, but it starts thinning out. Like the stones and stuff aren't so big anymore. Your knees aren't really hurting as much. It's more like a very fine gravel now, and it's kind of getting looser. And you also start heading at a pretty aggressive downward slope. So what do you all do?
onwards and up.
I'm not sensing anything else other than the magical darkness, so I'd be trying to affirmatively patting the leg in front of me, saying it's okay from the person that is radar.
You are as best I understand it, you are the very last one in the marching order.
Oh shit, that's right.
So Nanamakea, Jade, and Leistas are in the front. Nanamakea, what are you doing about this slope change and difference in texture?
Warning Jade behind me, but watch out. There's slope here. Very
Yes, I
steep.
feel it. She's
And
kind of
like, how
bracing
steep is
herself
it?
against the wall.
Say it's like a 7% grade, something like that.
Okay, then yeah, you just gotta start going down slowly.
Okay, percent good. At first I thought you were going to say pitch, and I was like, oh no.
All right, so you keep moving, and
Jade's kind of feeling as much as she can, feeling around the walls, trying to, not necessarily like swiping, but very as carefully as she can, trying to see if there's like anything along the walls, like if there might be a tripwire or something. Again, I know she's behind Nanamakea, but
yeah. Okay, Nanamakea, you need to make a dexterity. Well, it's not dexterity. It's
Acrobatics?
Yeah, it's whichever the acrobatics. Yes. You need to make an acrobatics check.
Okay. Normal?
Normal.
Or, okay. Well,
Ooh. Okay. You start to slide. Jade, I will give you a reaction.
yeah, can I, like, as I feel him start sliding away from my hand, can I like grab onto his tail?
oh my tail.
That's appropriate. Yeah, no, that's actually really good. I'll give
Pops
you
off.
advantage.
Turns out he was a
Is it
lizard all along.
athletics?
Athletics, yep.
An advantage, you said?
Yeah, because that was key. Grab his tail.
Hey.
Okay, so you grab his tail and he stops sliding, but now you're kind of sliding a little bit too.
Do I get an advantage?
Yeah. Leistas, go ahead and make a... No, you don't get advantage, though.
Oh, sorry, reaction, not advantage.
Yeah.
I do not have a tail.
Athletics, Leistas.
If he tried going for the tail, that would be counterproductive. Oh.
Okay, so here's what happens. Nunamikea started sliding, and then Jade grabbed his tail, and he kind of stopped sliding, but Jade and Leistas, you're unable to back up without help. So you're not moving.
Yeah, basically I'm braced against the walls.
But you all are like legs splayed out, kind of one arm holding the thing in front of you and the other arm maybe above you. And it's really tight, but it's still enough of a slope that, you're all like, this is precarious.
Jade kind of tugs on Nunamikea's tail and is like, now would be a good time to turn into that spider.
Oh God.
So behind Leistas' Karin, by the way.
Great.
Please don't grab me.
Good reaction.
Let him fall.
That was so in character, though. I figured that would be great.
Leistas feels a hand in an inappropriate place.
She like punches
grab
him.
that tail. It's not supposed to bend that way.
My delicate elven nuts.
If you just wait 10 minutes, I can cast Tensor's floating disc under you, and you'll be fine.
Now it's not that time.
Yeah, I think at this point I'm just going to let Leistas.
Long live
You'll be fine.
the elf.
You're not going to do anything?
Yeah, I'll try and grab him.
Okay.
I think that's reasonable.
All right, athletics.
What's going on?
Athletics with advantage because I'm going to say you're not in the steeper part.
So
yeah, that's fine. So
you needed this.
Karin, finally,
you are fed up, and you're like, God, these people get into all this trouble, and you grab
I just save them.
Yeah, and you yank and manage to kind of give everyone just the amount of force that they needed to kind of get their bearings and get back on their feet and be able to move freely again. But again, you're all in complete darkness.
We're even now, Leistas.
Yeah.
And Jade kind of leans forward to get as close as she can to Nunamikea's head after she's got him stabilized. You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Just steep slope, loose gravel.
Thing you can do with those animal forms of yours.
I can try spider, but it's a little tight in here.
Do you have anything smaller?
I have very tiny spider.
Actually, that would be pretty good for a spy thing.
At least see what's ahead of us. Less likely to slip on the gravel.
I also have honey badger.
you might get punted down that hallway if you go into a badger right now.
Yeah, maybe something with attaching legs.
Detaching legs?
Or we could just all charge headlong into the fray.
Yeah, there's no guarantee there's solid ground at the bottom of a slippery slope.
Okay, Trans, what size ammo do you think I could be coming here? About medium would be tight fit.
Medium would be way too big.
We're medium.
My.
Medium humanoids are too big, or almost too big. Medium animals.
So definitely not a medium giant spider.
A giant spider would be about the limit, but yeah.
Just That's just fine.
Giant spider would be like 4 squares though, so no,
Yeah.
that's not gonna work.
Is it large?
It's medium.
I think it is.
If it's medium, then it's 1 square. Medium is the same size as all of us. We are all medium humanoids.
Yeah, but you can be long and thin. And a spider...
Spiders can fit through very small holes.
I understand that. And I'm making a call, and I'm saying no.
That's
How
fine.
about giant badger?
No, it's fine. Yep. Giant badger?
Yes, it's a medium beast.
No.
D&D and their naming conventions.
Let's see.
I will keep a good hold of your tail and let you keep moving forward.
Didn't you have people tie rope around us and lower us down?
All of our rope is at the back with the packs.
Oops. We didn't tie ropes around each other. Oh no. That's Dungeoneering 101.
Jade will kind of like brace herself and hold on to Nanamakea, and she's like she takes her sash and tries to sort of like half untie it, and then like reaches one end of it back to Leisdas, and she's like, "Hold on to this."
My moment, I thought you were gonna say you got brace and push me down.
No. This is for Thunderclap.
So, the checks that you all already made between acrobatics and athletics, I'm saying will last for a little while so that you can move freely.
Okay.
Yeah, then we're going to start moving down.
Yeah.
But Jade hands a end of her sash that's wrapped. It's tied around her waist to Leistas behind her, and just says, "Hold on to this," and then kind of keeps moving forward carefully.
Yep.
All
right, Nanamakea, you're in the lead here. Are you moving or what?
Yep, we're moving forward.
We're going forward. Neat.
So, I'll say you pad your way very carefully forward, kind of sweeping gravel off the ground in front of you just to make it less slippery. And you go for another 5-10 feet, and you get to the edge of a drop off. And make an investigation check.
Look, big hole. What's in big hole? Not much. There's hole.
So you're not really sure what to do at this point.
It's full of hole.
Yeah, it's quite a lot of drop off in front of you.
Jade kind of leans forward. Why have we stopped?
There is a hole in front of us.
Here, and she kind of like kind of shimmies her quarterstaff forward. How wide is it? How deep is it?
I grab the staff and I see if I can reach the other side. Uh-oh.
Make another investigation check.
Well, I hope you don't mind your staff.
Oh no.
Slightly better.
No. Let's see. Wait.
Oh no, it's a moss
rock
covered
comes down,
bridge.
splits in half.
I know not on this roll, but can Era go ahead and give Nanamakea a little bardic inspiration?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah.
You could do it on this roll. I don't care.
You pull out the world's tiniest violin.
Is that at a D6 or D8?
Nanamakea, I believe in you. Last long enough to hear the tales I tell of you.
Wow, they don't tell you how wide this fucking thing is.
Yeah, I'm giving you
This
a
is terrible.
Feeling inspired. It's just
All right, so I'm gonna say, how long is your bow staff?
Quarterstaff is usually like 4 or 5 feet long.
Okay. Nanamakea, you kind of grab the end of it and wave it around in front of you. And oh my fuck!
Never mind.
You hit nothing. You basically just wave it in front of you, and you hit maybe the ceiling a little, and maybe a wall, but like it's not very good. You're not doing very well.
Have staff back. And now, are we still stopped by dark vision?
Yeah, you can't
Okay.
see shit.
The all spells not here. Got it.
Is it a
All you
shield?
know is your fingers are on the edge of a drop off. You don't know how deep it is, and you don't know how wide it is, and you don't know whether you can get past
I
it.
have no idea the size.
Hey kid, spider time.
Wait, but it haven't worked since we are locked on magic.
No, we're not
No,
locked on
it's
magic.
just
We're in a bubble of
darkness.
Ah,
You
magical
can't see
darkness.
shit.
Ah, easy. I'm gonna use a cantrip, a blue flame, and toss it down the hole.
What's the cantrip?
A deuce flame.
Go ahead and flip the cantrip into the chat so I can read it.
Okay.
Produce flame. Flickering flame appears in your hand. The flame remains there. Flame sheds bright light in a 10-foot radius and dim light for an additional 10 feet. So you begin.
Oh shit.
Yes.
I just remembered that. Let me just read something quickly in my features. Make sure I don't.
Was
one
that a
second.
cantrip, by the way? Yeah. It
Yes.
is. Okay.
Okay, we're good. Yeah, I'm not gonna do any damage, so we're good.
Right, but so you make the motions with one of your hands and you speak the words, and nothing seems to happen. Like you know you did it
That's-
correctly, but it just nothing happens. You don't see anything.
That's strange. He's good.
And you
look
feel
over at
you
them.
feel the heat. You feel the heat from where this flame would have been in your hand. You definitely think it's there. You just can't see it.
Uh-oh. Okay, then he is going to look back over to Jade and say, stand back moment.
I can't.
Oh no! What is this?
She kinda
Somebody
like-
clip this.
She braces herself against the wall. She's like,
Set the screen marker. Hang on.
Just stay behind me.
Back up.
How long, does it open up to an opening?
You can't see anything.
I meant,
are
is it taller?
completely blind.
Is it wider than what I am now?
You
The
are
ledge.
completely blind, and you.
I am not talking
basically
about being blind. I'm
failed.
talking about feeling around my hands.
You. So, with your investigation check, you know that you're at the precipice of some drop off. You don't know how deep it is. You don't think it's.
I don't
too
mean a
much-
drop off. I mean the area directly within arm's
Left
range. of
and
me.
right,
Yes.
like arms stretched.
Is it large enough
You-
to become a giant spider and crawl
You-
around?
You did that with a bow staff, and you didn't hit anything.
Okay, then yes, I am going to try and wild shape into a giant spider.
Okay.
Squash spidering.
So you're gonna.
So I thought I made a call that wild giant spider was too big.
So
That's all I
yeah,
was
like
asking if it was bigger.
inside the tunnel. Are you basically gonna swan dive off
Oh God,
out
no!
of into the spider, or what's going on, man?
Actually, important question. Do you have to turn into the thing like all at once, or can you like do the front of your body and then the back of your body?
No,
Like
you
that
gotta do it all
would-
at once.
Yeah, that'd be very interesting. But no,
All right,
So it's
let me
like
look at this
empty
giant
space,
spider.
basically. If he
Let me
pulled
actually
himself,
Look at this giant spider.
is it a giant?
Giant
wolf
spider is a large beast.
I
Cat-
think there are different giant spiders.
There's also a
Well-
giant wolf spider.
At the very least, he might make a bridge for us to go over.
Yeah,
So
giant wolf
it's a-
spider is one I was
It's a
thinking of.
CR1 giant spider, large beast. If you
I was thinking
try
of giant
to,
wolf spider.
okay, I think it's gonna
It's
be
a
the same
CR
thing.
1/4.
I believe that's what I turned into in the
Medium.
First, yeah,
Okay,
before.
so that's medium. CR1/4. And spider climb. Spider climb. Yep. You can do a giant wolf spider. That'd be good.
There we go. And now, poof into that.
Okay. Do I have to do it for you?
Yes, I still can do that.
I set that so that you could. So
At least
I don't know why
I
it's
could
not
try
working.
again. Wild shape. Nope, that's not the button I click.
Okay.
There you
Do
go,
it.
polymorph. Hey, look, I can do. Maybe I can do it. Polymorpher, 5e tools, open list. Loading. It disappeared. Oh, wait, there it
So
is.
we began with a bridge over empty space, and we shall be ending with this empty space that we need a bridge.
Speaking of, whenever we get to a good stopping point, I'm ready to turn in.
Just waiting for Nunamake to turn into a wolf spider here, and then we should be pretty close.
Yeah, transfer me very quickly because I don't know this thing, so I don't know what to click here.
Next time on D&DZ, will Nanamakea finish his charging up process to turn into a giant spider? Or will the trap claim them all?
Is it a 500-foot death pit or just a 2-foot drop? We don't know because
Tune in
he
next
failed an
week, loyal
investigation
fans.
check.
Okay. You turn into giant wolf spider, and the giant wolf spider has 10-foot blind sight. So not only do you transform into something that can climb on walls and ceilings with relative ease, but you now see in front of you. It's a spike pit.
Oh!
It's about 10 feet deep. About 10 feet across.
How much silk does this wolf spider have?
Oh no, I forgot this whole silk bundle. Oh well.
Oh, no. We'll pick it up on the way back. He is going to take a look at the giant's pit and move back up and make sure that Jade is not moving forward.
She
Jade.
she feels in front of her a giant spider.
Yeah, it's very furry. It's kind of gross.
She kind of like pushes back a little bit. She's like, Nanamakea, is that you?
I tap. I
Yeah,
tap
if there was
my,
a fear check.
fearless on
Is
the
there a
ground.
fear check, Treg? Is there a way to do a fear check? How do you do that? It's like
Let me look at-
Constitution or some shit? It's like a
Usually, I think fear might actually be wisdom. Usually, like the fear.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe no.
It's either wisdom or insight, depending on what
Wisdom
usually is
save?
generating that kind of fear.
Go ahead. Just go ahead and make a insight check, I guess.
Deception to fool the other.
You should be okay with this. Jade's okay. What'd you roll? 11? Yeah, you're fine. I'll say it was a
She
10.
kind of feels this thing and punches very gently. Like she punches a little bit. She's like, "Go and find out what's going on, you stupid magical moron."
You feel a leg smack you on the forehead.
I will break that fucking leg. She shoves him forward.
Might not, it's just a giant spider.
Do I hear this from Jade?
There's a lot of wind, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Past Leistas? Probably not. Anyway, Noko, what are you doing?
I'm gonna explore the area around the pit some more.
Let me see if I can actually fish you out of this fucking stack.
Yeah, I moved myself forward. There you go.
Oh, did you? Okay, nice.
He escapes.
Okay, so I'm gonna move you back here because
Yep, that's fine.
So what happens is you kind of skitter on the wall next to the spike pit, and you notice that I'll just give it to you. There's definitely a pattern of left right, like protrusions on either side of the tunnel, and you can kind of tell that people have used them. So it's like there's a method to getting past this that you imagine that they would use, whoever's down here. You get to the other side, and pretty much right as you get to the other side of the pit, your pincers and 8 eyes or whatever pierce the other side of this darkness, and so you see out to the north here a very large cavern, very large. And I think that's where we might end it for tonight.
Did you say there was he noticed there was a way, like handholds or something?
It's a climbing wall.
Yeah, it's like it's almost like a zipper that's being held apart by a little bit. It's like there's a support over here, and then there's another one a little further ahead over on the left, and then on the right, and then on the left, and on the right. So it just takes a little skill to get through.
It's nice knowing you. Well, I know you said this is a good pause point, but I have a proposition. Is that something that, granted it would take a long time, could the spider with its blind sight basically guide a person onto the handholds? Yeah, like poking them and then moving their hands onto the handhold, and then just as taking a long time.
That's an excellent question for next session, I think.
I have one question.
Yep.
How much weight can a giant spider carry?
How much weight?
Yes.
I think it's your strength. It's a function of your strength score. So you have a 12 as the spider.
Let me check the giant spider.
Lifting and carrying.
The
giant wolf spider, strength of 12.
The giant spider is 14.
I know, but you're a giant wolf spider.
I'm thinking of changing into a giant spider in this much larger area.
Oh, that's great, but as I said, you
wait
won't
for
be
next
able to
session.
fit back in that hole.
Oh, no, I'm not thinking back in the hole. Wait for people to come out so I can grab them and pull them over.
Okay, we're just spitballing at this point, so I think that's going to be where we call it.
And people, I mean Trey, because if you have Trey do that, he's going to die.
It's true. I'm not even doubting it. I will roll in that 1 or something, and
Craig's going in the pit again.
Making it so Trey doesn't have to do a check flat.
Oh, well, that was interesting.
We'll just create enough water in that pit so he can swim across.
How much water does create/destroy water create?
Not nearly enough.
Several times.
Not nearly enough. We'd have to rest for 2 weeks. No, not even. That's 10 foot by 10 foot. That's Chief. That won't work. That ain't it.
What you need is shape water, because then you could make 2 5-foot cubes of ice and just put them down in the bottom of the pit, and then just walk across.
Let's play Breath of the Wild. Gotcha.
That was neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice session.
Was that a good one? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I will never doubt Iraq again.
Right?
Cool.
Where is... Yeah, I don't see the rules. I know it's in here somewhere, but I don't see the rules for how much you can carry. It's an encumbrance thing. Yeah, and you should be able to calculate it with the encumbrance rules, Noko.
Your carrying capacity is your strength score multiplied by 15. This is the weight in pounds that you can carry, which is high enough that most characters don't have to worry about it. So,
nice.
Whatever your strength score is, so 12 times 15.
Thanks.
That's how many pounds you can carry.
And you can push, drag, or lift in pounds up to twice your carry capacity, or 30 times strength. While pushing and dragging in excess of carrying capacity, your speed is 5 feet.
It's 180 pounds with a giant wolf spider, and then then 210 with the giant spider.
Assuming we get enough time, but
Just
Just
don't forget you only get 2 of those wild shapes per short rest. So
climb up to the ceiling, affix a bunch of silk, and we'll just Tarzan our way across.
In the dark.
Jade will still fall in, but the rest of us will make it.
no, if it's sticky enough, Jade will just stick to it. She won't be able to climb anywhere. She'll just be dangling. I'm stuck.
Araxel,
Hang in there.
some of you may die.
This is a
I
sacrifice
am willing
my
to
stories
make.
are willing to make.
The one time I make a warlock without devil sight. Oh well.
Yeah, I really. I don't
Okay.
even think there's something I could take as a cleric.